Extra strength, all natural testosterone booster. The safe, easy, and affordable way to gain energy and lose stubborn belly fat. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Feel and look like a new man. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. Thousands of high-paying jobs in tech, healthcare, science, and more. The career you want and a life you'll love. Have it all in the heart of it all. Go to callohiohome.com.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Looking at a decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike are looking good, accident-free. We'd have some road work here, Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive that'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows their great paint savings means you get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Get 20% off select 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of paint or stain. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store or Lowe's.com for details.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
What day is it?
It's Friday.
Today is National Kool-Aid Day.
I got it.
You got any Kool-Aid?
I'm getting Kool-Aid.
I drank the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. You're better than that. Kool-Aid? What's wrong with Kool-Aid?
It's National Kool-Aid Day.
Mostly Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Thanks, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid. What, Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid? Yeah, Kool-Aid.
It's called Kool-Aid, not Warmy.
Hey, Kool-Aid!
Oh, yeah!
It's showtime.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Jimmy.
We haven't had to pull it for quite a while, so we got to lube it up.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yeah, it is. And it is a Friday in the Penthouse. We made it, kids. We made it to Friday, and thank you for hanging on with us this whole entire week. Hopefully you had a fantastic week, and let's end it as best. No.
Let's just end it now.
We're not ending it. You didn't let me finish. Let's end it and kick this week in its ass the best way we can.
Oh.
That's what I meant. We're not ending things.
We're ending it.
Can we vote on that?
Life is too good. Life is too good. Right, guys? But good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Penthouse. Of course, Real Radio 92.1, 101.7, anywhere on that absolutely free iHeartRadio app. This is Franny. Hi. Hi, Jimmy. Let's not end it. Hi.
Good morning,
Hi, good
Franny.
morning.
Good morning, Greek. Good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday.
Yes, and of course, G-Man. Good morning, Greek.
Yeah, we're not ending it right now, baby. We had the Eagles last night big, so why end it? Were you kidding me? I did a video with Dan Marino yesterday, and I'm going to put that up. What? Oh, my God. He was so nice, too.
Really?
Everybody says he's not cool.
Is this real? You really did a video with Dan Marino?
I was down at Dolphin Stadium yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I texted you and called you.
Nope, never.
Okay.
I
So the
thought
lying
you
begins
had.
right away.
Yeah, are we lying already? Did you get to meet him?
I was with Dan Marino. I'll show you the video.
Okay, no, I'm just curious. I don't know.
I was down at Dolphin Stadium all day yesterday.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to be at your apartment because you had furniture coming in.
That was in the morning.
All right.
I don't have an apartment anymore. I'm out.
I mean, your
I'm going to start
townhouse.
selling land.
Yes.
Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
I never know what to believe.
That's what's good about it. We're not going to end it, though. Not today.
Yeah, all right.
We're not ending it. Franny, always great to see you.
Yeah, super.
Thanks for asking.
Hey, it's Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, we're out of here, baby.
I can't wait.
My
What?
God.
Who said that?
She only has 4 more hours with the Greek. There's a billboard that's up. Only 4 more hours with the Greek. Please, I can't take it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call.
3 hours, 51 minutes, and 5 seconds.
But who's counting?
But who's counting? And it doesn't offend me. That's why I know I
Well,
love
why
you.
should it offend you?
Because you're saying you don't want to be around me. I got feelings.
Nobody
say it.
said that. Nobody.
You did.
Yep, those
If
words
you
are-
say you can't can't wait for something to end, and we're together.
I mean, like, yeah, it's Friday. Yay!
Yeah.
I have plans.
She didn't say it.
Nope. I have plans
You
this
did.
evening. I have
She
plans
can defend
tomorrow.
herself.
I'm saying I never said that. I'm just excited for all the activities I have going on this weekend.
Oh, so what are you doing? Super. What's going on?
Things going
You
on.
going to a concert tonight?
No, I have dinner at a very nice place. That's for a birthday, and then my other girlfriend is turning the big 50, and you would never know. Like, and people were like, "What? She's turning 50?" So she's having a big old shindig
Why, she look
tomorrow.
older?
No, she looks like a baby. It's shocking, and not like a real baby, but she looks very, very young. And she's having her big 50 tomorrow, and it's an 80s theme. So.
Oh, where's that at?
It's at a house.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
What are you going to wear? Have your outfit picked out yet?
Yeah, I'm going like Madonna.
Oh, cool.
80s themed. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Leg warmers,
No, like
big hair?
like the tutu kind of corset look with
Right,
the lace
okay.
gloves and
gotcha,
yeah,
okay.
almost like a virgin kind of style that she did for the music video.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Sounds good.
That's great. And anything for Sunday or just rest and relaxation?
Sunday is rest and relaxation day. That's
Okay.
we take that to recover is what we say to get us ready for the work week.
Get ready.
Yes.
You guys can get ready. You can call us at 877-927-6969 and jump into the show. Bring up anything you want. We'll throw out a couple topics as the show continues. But you guys can call us. You can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the ways you can get involved in the Penthouse. Hope you listen to Rover and his crew. And don't forget, iHeart still has that great, unbelievable giveaway with the keyword 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And you guys go to Vegas.
Yep. And I know you don't care about any other station except this one, and I totally understand. But to be like, people actually do win. I do mornings on the Gator with Jason, and we got a winner from the Gator. So we got a local winner. Yeah, that's going to Las Vegas.
That's good. Who's he taking?
So I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
But if you listen to both stations and you're listening right now, if you need a +1.
That's great. You would go? You say you would go? Now, you're allowed to go, right? If somebody asks you as an employee?
Yeah, well, as an employee, yeah.
I'm not asking, not saying
no,
you.
No, I mean, if my husband would be like, hells to the no. But yes, I mean, if anybody, as an employee, I'm sure we could go.
Yes.
Because we're not the ones who won it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So be nice to people who win. Maybe they'll take you.
It's true.
Maybe they'll take you away. Yeah. Some sad news. Well, it's just sad news about the whole Matthew Perry thing that broke last night and his whole situation. It also the portrayal they have of his life the last month was really, really bad. A couple doctors got arrested. I think 5 people total. Mm-hmm. And, that's great. And they were on it, and it took them a little time. I remember hearing people say to me, people I knew, like, man, that just went away. Nothing happened. But they were working on the case. We'll see what happens with the trial. But, yeah, just a sad situation. Really was. And I'm sure for the people who love him, his family, friends, and the people of friends, it's got to be sad for the whole situation that, was going down. And he seemed to be so good at the time of this. He's playing pickleball and out and about. And, man, you just never know with people. And that's why people really do say, experts, talk to your friends, family, how you doing, what's going on, and always check on them.
We heard it that during when he was at Friends, he was doing Friends, that he was messed up a lot of the time, and he hit it very, very well. So some people can, but yes, they said 5 individuals have been charged in connection with his death. The charges were announced yesterday during a news conference in L.A., and it's obviously after investigators say they uncovered an underground network of drug sellers and suppliers they allege are responsible for distributing the ketamine and potentially deadly drug that killed Perry. So the defendants include 2 doctors, Perry's live-in personal assistant,
which is really sad,
and a person referred to authorities as the ketamine queen.
Yep.
According to a press release, they said that the defendants took advantage of his addiction issues. They knew what they were doing was wrong. 3 of the 5 charged have reached a plea agreement, if you're not familiar. The other 2 defendants, Dr. Salvador Palencia and Jasvine Sanga, I believe, who Estrada said ran what amounted to like a drug-selling emporium. I'm guessing that Jasvine Sanga is the ketamine queen. They said in her home. They were both indicted on Wednesday. But the doctor did plead not guilty to charges, including 1 count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine, 7 counts of distribution of ketamine, and 2 counts of altering and falsifying documents. So, this is a big thing, and they said they took advantage of him. And
that's sad.
It is. It's very unfortunate.
And his assistant, I mean, that sucks. That's your assistant, that's somebody you trust, that's in your inner circle. You're providing an income for her and giving her a job. And then this woman who's like, she's all over the news now in the last 24 hours. CNN everywhere. New York Post, her picture. She's like the queen of the drug, and it's sad. The whole thing is really
and their
sad.
fight is that, like, you know what, he was on ketamine treatment, which is a thing. I mean, they have it here. And they said medically supervised, medically prescribed. And while the U.S. attorney may disagree with the doctor, Palencia, medical judgment, there was nothing criminal at the time is what they're fighting about. So we will see.
The two doctors discussed Matthew's desire for ketamine in text messages going back. This goes back to like September.
Yeah.
And they have apparently these texts that says 1 month before he passed away, they said, one doctor said to the other, I wonder how much this moron will pay.
Oh, geez.
And then the response
They're done.
was, let's find out.
They're
It's
done.
terrible.
They're done. And that's another thing. People always have this confusion about your text messages and your phone. Everything's there. If they put a subpoena, they're getting every single thing. So when you text message and everybody does that, seems more, I would say 80% of people, make sure you know what you're doing. You put stuff down. Everybody. And this is going to definitely, that's some quote.
Well,
is
yeah,
that sad?
because-
We'll see what he's going to pay.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I mean, they seize computers, phones, electronic equipment, all the things, as they do when they do investigations
Sure.
like this. So, I mean, when you hear things like that, they're definitely
Yeah,
screwed.
that would, if I was a family member or a friend, you would really have to restrain me with that. That is terrible. Sad. Had everything to live for, just like everybody else. But I'm just saying, just when that broke. But it did seem to go away. And I did have a lot of people, like I said, say, oh, man, nothing ever happened with that. And I think also last night, they arrested a couple of people with the guy who got shot from General Hospital.
They did.
Yeah.
They found them. All over, what was
yeah.
it, a converter or
Yep.
something?
Yeah,
all
this
over
car.
that. Yeah.
And that was-
Oh, yeah.
They
The-
found two,
yeah.
I think 2 guys they arrested.
Yeah, and that was another innocent thing coming out of a club, 1 o'clock in the morning, or a restaurant, and people robbing them. Sad. There's a lot of bad people in the world, and hopefully there's more good people. Jimmy, do we have a new Greek misspeak? Is it that time?
We certainly do. It is that time of day to break out a new Greek misspeak for anybody out there that's keeping count. We are on number 234. Here you go. Enjoy this week's Greek misspeak in review.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
It is this week, so cash is king. We got to pay the donuts.
But how much is this going to cost us?
877-927-6969. If you've ever partaken in this,
Is that something that should be encouraged?
don't forget, at 1:35, I give out recipes and directions on WWGD.
Not the first one I've made today.
Houston and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -1. Excuse me. So Houston's getting 1.5.
And I'm telling you something is off.
Prenups always get people sidewise.
I beg to differ.
And it is a trendy sport. Teams will lose and win.
Fergus, come on, let's go home, boy.
So preseason football kicks off last week, and a new rule we never found out, that it's 55 minutes a game has to go.
What'd you do when they found out?
They never did.
Florida State, Texas A&M, Georgia, and LSU. Last 4 games. If that's not a juggernaut, I don't know what is.
What are you doing over there?
Nothing. I was just trying to play hard, like Pete Rose.
Nice!
Nice.
Like Pete Rose. Awesome. Great job, Jimmy, as always. You are the perfect man. You're a maestro. Great. Thank you for all you do for the show and putting those together. People comment about them all the time when I'm out and about, and how much they enjoy them. Can't believe how you can make me seem like I'm saying these things.
Well, it does take quite a while. That's why I can only do one a week. Got to jumble those words around.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's no doubt about it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Bring up anything. We'll throw out a couple topics to you as we get going. But you guys can always get involved with texting us, calling us, or emailing
We
Jimmy.
actually have another request for a misspeak, Jimmy, and this is celebratory, sounds like. It says, can we get a misspeak? And this is, text line 47142. Start the text off with Real Radio. That's how we get them. It says, can we get a misspeak 205 for the $205 I won off the Eagles last night? Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. All right.
Congratulations.
Well, we can do that. Congratulations. Was there a name, did you say?
I don't have a name
Oh,
now.
all right. Well, congratulations to No Name. And here you go, $205.
This is
Love it.
your Greek Misspeak Review.
What day do you think the people do the least amount of work in an office?
Friday.
That's what it said. Friday
Really?
afternoon, specifically.
Off to Pacific City, sir.
Speed kills.
Yep.
We've always said that for years. If you watch it, you know what? If you can't get out of it, it's done.
Watch us out.
That clears things up.
I know we got a couple people on hold. We'll get to you in momento.
What does that mean?
A local pastor, well, he was arrested for operating a multi-million-dollar theft ring.
And very sad, because you think right away, a pastor, you can trust him.
Put him out the pasture.
College football kicked into gear about 2 weeks ago, but this week was the cream and a crop.
Excuse me?
You know, you think back to your childhood, but I think it's cool. A Little League World Series gets a lot of pump. If the Patriots cover and Nebraska covers, that's it. I'll be reading people's fortune on Tuesday morning.
Whose fortune is this?
You want a hobby? Go book a net.
And that's a wrap. We're out.
We're out.
We're out. Book a net if you want a hobby. WNBA came back last night. I don't think anybody cares, but it is back. Clark plays tonight with the Indiana Fever. But now the football's back. Forget it. And then next week is college football. Florida State takes on Georgia Tech next week. Good game. Florida State's 12.5-point favorite on your Hard Rock app. That game will be in Ireland. We are telling you to take Georgia Tech plus the points. That's one of our first selections of college football. So you guys can call us, you can text us, or you can email Jimmy to get involved with the show. Those are the ways that you guys can get involved. Always appreciate you guys getting involved with the show, or you can leave us a call back. And don't forget, also get the keyword and your chance to go to Vegas. Gator, our sister station, had a winner. And that is unbelievable that they had a winner. It does happen. Every time you hear a contest, it's like when you hear somebody win the lottery, I say it too, like, oh, it's never going to be me. Well, it could be you. But you guys have to do the right thing, and that's just make a little bit of an effort.
So I'm curious, is this beef or not? You let me know. G-Man, your girl Halle Berry is talking, and I know she's got a movie. Is it with Mark Wahlberg on Netflix, I believe?
Yes.
That's coming out today. It's very soon that it's going to be coming out. But so she's been, been doing the circuit and talking to people and having interviews. And I'm curious if this is beef or not. You tell me how you feel about this. But the claims is that Blake Lively, who is Ryan Reynolds' wife, she says, asks her if she would reprise her role for, if you're familiar with the X-Men. Are you familiar with X-Men? So she played Storm back in the day.
Not that familiar with it.
Okay.
But I know who she is.
So she asked if she reprised Storm in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that is just crushing it in the box office. And she answered, yeah. She was like, but, it's cool that Blake Lively asked me, but as long as your husband, as long as Ryan Reynolds asked me, because this is ultimately his movie, right? So she said he never did. She said that he never got in touch with her. She said that she would have loved to done it. Blake asked me one time, I ran into her at a Marc Jacobs fashion show, and she said, would you ever be in my husband's movie as Storm? And I was like, yeah, of course, if he asked me. But he never did. Yeah. So some people were like, is it a diss or was it just one of those conversations in passing that never ended up to him? Didn't ever say anything.
But I think if she saw...
Because there's a lot of people who reprise their roles, right? I mean, They said there's all kinds of cameos.
But I think if she talked to Halle Berry at a fashion show, she would have came home and said, hey, hon, I talked to Halle. She wants to be back in the film.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that. I don't think that's something that you forget, you know what I mean, not to tell her. And he was probably like, can't afford her. Too much money.
Well, who wrote the script, right? Because that's what would matter. What character is in the movie?
Yeah, I guess, but they had a bunch of cameos, though, too. I mean, people from Marvel who just popped in for it. I haven't seen it, so I've heard. Yeah. But you would think he would make changes, right? I mean, if Halle Berry wants to be in it, that's huge.
Why not?
I mean,
you wouldn't think that it would be a big deal to add in, but that would be. I would think that would be up to the writer. I don't know if that would be up there to her, but I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I would say he's got a lot of pull.
Yeah, if he
right?
wants her in, he can put her in. Picks up the phone and says, hey, put her in. So maybe it's a diss to Halle. See what happens. I saw a video of her the other day. She was home, and Mark Wahlberg sent one of their big hamburger trucks to her house. And I saw that video where she was like, I was only kidding. But he sent the big Wahlburger truck over to her house and bring her hamburgers and stuff like that because they're doing a movie together. But it's not great. He's probably not happy about that today. If that comes out, he's probably like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why would you say that and put me on the spot there? He'll probably call her today. I'm sorry. You want to be the next one? Here's $20 million, and we'll work it all out, and we'll meet at Wells Fargo in the back. 877-927-6969. That is the number to get involved with the show. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com. She could have called him, too. She could have said, hey, I'm available. Love to be in this. If you got a role for me. I mean, if I bump into her, I'm going to say that. Like, you should have called him. Well, what are you bitching for? I mean, come on. If you don't go after the carrot, do you really know if the bunny wants it? It is the Penthouse, and it is a Friday. We're jacked up. Franny's only got 3.5 hours left, and it's Schaefer City for her. We're going to come back with a trifecta. We're going to come back with this day in history. And also, Franny's got some stories about why guys called off weddings. I know why I called off a couple. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Channel3000.com, which probably
sounds fake as hell, doesn't it?
Probably more of a local thing over there.
Tune into Channel 3000.
I've never had a cable box go that high. Channel 3000.
If you're a real son of a bitch, you're like, oh, God, channel up, channel up.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Looking at a decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike are looking good, accident-free. We'd have some road work here, Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive. That'll be blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Rick Yourself.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, Greek, you've heard about Trajan Well. Well, they like to hear about you. Customize your retirement plan. Contact Trajan Well today at 561-390-1000 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Offices in West Palm Beach. They have people there today that can talk to you about your future and figure out your goals and your plan. On a Friday, you worked hard all week. Well, that's what you did your whole life. You got to get ready for retirement. So Trajan Well wants to hear about you. Call them today or stop in their offices in West Palm Beach. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Have a great weekend, everybody, and enjoy. Remember, the weekend is a snapshot of your retirement. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Shh. Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Shh. Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm John Morgan. When you call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, your very own army springs into action immediately, 24/7. Our investigators, legal staff, and over 900 lawyers work together to fight to get you the best result as quickly and easily as possible. Insurance companies know who we are, and now you know it too. This firm was built for greatness. This firm was built for you. Injured? Call your army. We're ready to roll. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hello, I'm Laurel Diaz. I'm running for sheriff of Palm Beach County. We're living in a very dangerous time right now. We have active shooters and terrorist attacks all across our nation. It is important that you have a sheriff that will protect you and your family to the best of his ability. I have a master's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management, and I've commanded the toughest divisions at Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and abroad. Do not trust the safety of your family to a social worker. Vote Diaz for Sheriff August 20th. This is a paid political effort. Laurel Diaz for Sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we get going on this Friday morning. Got a few showers making their way onshore for the morning as well. Just keep that in mind as you head out the door. The chance for some thunderstorms will be possible later today as well. Winds out of the northeast today a little breezier, 10 to 15 miles per hour with highs near 90 degrees. We are much drier, though, heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, can science prove God exists? To find the answer, we talk to Eric Metaxas, who argues that our Creator may be scientifically verifiable. Listen to Red Pilled America wherever you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend, all commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hello and welcome back to the PH on a Friday morning. Hopefully your morning's been fantastic and we can make it just a little bit better. We is me. Hi, I'm Franny. Of course, we have Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
And we do have Greek out there too. And as we mentioned, make sure you are tuned in because 3 times a day we have an opportunity for you to get to Las Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. We'll get you there. We'll get you passes, hotel accommodation, even transportation to and from the airport to the hotel, and of course, $1,000. And we had a keyword 9 a.m., but it's good up until 1 o'clock. Do we want to give it to them again? Are we feeling generous?
Sure,
yeah?
Why not? I think we should because we want a winner festival. Text that to 200-200, and you'll be in the running for this chance at all of the prizes that Franny just laid out.
There you go. And of course, we have G-Man. Good morning, Greek.
Good morning. It's time for this day in history and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
right, Eagles last night in New England. Eagles end up winning. Big game for them preseason. Usually they don't win under the new regime. Their new coach, I think it's the second game he's won in 3 years preseason, usually doesn't care. But the Eagles, they were flying high last night. And if it sounds like we had the Eagles, yes, we did. And we're excited. Full slate of preseason games on Saturday. Miami Dolphins are taking on Washington. They're home, I believe, and they are laying 5 points. We get into all that and more in the Greek Zone this afternoon and some college. Tom Brady's getting ready for Fox, but he still hints about him coming back. I don't know when that's going to end, but he said over the weekend, hey, you know what? I could give a run to those young Bucks anytime in the NFL. So I don't know. Brady, it seems like he's done. Is he done? Who knows if somebody calls him? He's in great shape. He still can play. There's no doubt about it. And he's probably better than half the quarterbacks or more than half. But, I mean, now it's done, and he's supposed to be getting the okay to be officially team owner, one of the owners of the Raiders, and also to be on Fox. So maybe he'll just finally put it down, and he'll say, okay, that's it. I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm just going to try to focus on retiring. But it seems like he has a very hard time staying away from the game. I don't know if announcing is going to be harder for him or easier. Jimmy, do you think being an announcer is going to be tougher for him than if he wasn't even around the NFL?
No, I think he likes being around it, right? Yeah. I don't think that it'll be difficult for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more, there's obviously a lot of obligations that he has to do.
Yeah, but he might watch the games and be like, man, I can still do this. Why am I not there? He does have a problem with being retired. I mean, he keeps throwing it out there. He's getting $35 million a year from Fox, which is unbelievable for 10 years. I don't think he'll ever do the 10 years with Fox. I think he'll do a couple, and then he'll be it. But we'll see. But Brady still throws those things out there. Mr. Judge is having an MVP season. He's doing everything he can for the Yanks. Yanks are in first place over Baltimore. And, man, he is hitting home runs like people eat tacos. He's just knocking them out every single day. Will he get to 60? I don't know. He might. He's got an opportunity. He's got a couple more weeks left in August and September. He would have to have an unbelievable September. But him and Ohtani are the definitely inside track to get MVPs. And that is your Greeks trifecta. Now over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Well, speaking of those very same New York Yankees, but way back in 1920, boy, what a tragic event to happen. The New York Yankees pitcher Carl Mays killed a guy with a fastball that struck his left temple.
Jeez.
Wow. It was Ray Chapman of the Cleveland Indians and became the first and only guy to ever die from a major league pitch. And we'll stick there again with, well, I guess sort of, I don't know if he had to be with the Yankees then. In 1948, Babe Ruth died. No, he wasn't with the Yankees at the time that he passed away. Babe Ruth passed away from throat cancer. I only bring it up. I don't usually bring up deaths, but Babe was a big dude and obviously the world of sports. And speaking of sports, in 1954 on this day, the first issue of Sports Illustrated was published.
Oh, wow.
First guy on the cover, Greek. Do you remember who it was?
Ted Williams?
Milwaukee Braves Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews.
Oh, okay.
Was on the very first cover. I wouldn't expect you to remember that, but I know how much you retain some information like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
62 years ago today, 1962, Pete Best was fired as drummer for the Beatles.
Jesus.
2 days later, Ringo Starr would officially join the band. Many years later, Ringo would become a huge in Japan. 47 years ago today, 1977, Elvis Presley passed away. There's a lot of people that died this day. And tried to weed out some of it, but then again, the king, he was so huge, right? I mean, you got to kind of bring it up, right? He died at the young age of 42.
God, he was so young. That's my age.
Isn't
That's
it?
nuts.
Isn't that wild?
And then when you look back at it, though, he appeared or felt like older, right, than 42, and then you throw out that age. It's
I
like,
remember
wow, so
exactly
young.
when he died. Sad.
39 years ago today, 1985, Madonna and Sean Penn got married. They divorced 4 years later.
I'm surprised they lasted that long.
16 years ago today, I'm not. I know. I figured that they would. They seem compatible.
Today's Madonna's birthday, I believe, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's calling in later. I told her I can't.
Oh,
I said we can't keep you long. I said we'll just give you a shout out.
Yeah, August 16th, 1958.
There you go. 16 years ago today, in 2008, speaking of people getting married, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia got married on this day. Also, and this is where we're going to finish up on this day 16 years ago, Usain Bolt sets a new world record of 9.69 seconds to win the coveted 100-meter gold medal at the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics. And that's what happened on August 16th in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. Great job, as always, reflecting on the day we're in. We do it all the time, every single day, to look back on some things that you might be like, wow, I can't believe that. There was a couple of shockers.
What was Usain Bolt? What was his time? I'm just curious.
9.69 it was.
All
I
right,
think
yeah.
it was.
I was
Hold
just-
on. Yeah, 9.69 seconds in 100 meters.
I just wanted to compare Noah Lyles, who just won the gold,
was
and
it?
he was 9.784. Yep.
Is that Usain Bolt's? Is that still a world record?
Oh, yeah.
As far as
Yeah, he's still
as we
considered.
know, yeah.
The world's, even though they gave Noah Lyle that title, but he's definitely
And
still
Tariq
the-
Hill says he'll beat everybody.
Or, yeah, the world's fastest man. So speaking of impressive, just kind of off, but kind of talking a little bit of sports. I don't know if you saw this basketball coach who broke a world record. His name is Ryan Martin, young dude, and he's a high school basketball coach from Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying they're going to look into it, Guinness World Record by shooting 1,134 three-pointers in 1 hour.
Wow.
I saw that. Like,
That's
boy.
amazing.
In 1 hour.
That arm
Does it
must
say
have
how
been
many he
tired.
made?
Holy moly. They said during Martin bested the current Guinness World Record, which was 1,077, which was set by a dude from Oregon, 2012. He said it's really just taking it one shot at a time and having confidence in yourself, knowing that you prepared to do it. So now he's just waiting to hear back from Guinness.
Now, I
to
wonder
see if he
how
got
that
it.
worked. Like, did he have somebody throwing a ball? Did he get the ball himself?
There's
Because there's a difference if somebody's feeding you, obviously.
Or if you grab them off a rack, like they show in some of those games.
Yeah, in the contest.
Yeah.
I'll see. I know there's a video of it that he posted.
And I wonder how many he made.
I think that's how many he made.
Oh, he made 1,000?
That's a world record.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
1,134. It's not like he shot that many. You have to make that many
No, I thought
in order to get it.
I thought he shot that many.
They were all consecutive, too, right?
I believe so. I
Yeah.
haven't watched the video. There's a video of him talking about it with the world record. As I mentioned, Guinness still has to look into it to see if he does have the official title, but there is a video and
They should
people
sign
were
him in
there.
the NBA. Jesus, he had 1,000 of those. I'd be calling him if I was the Heat.
Yeah, so they did. They had like the rack with the balls, and like
Oh.
they just kept on, and they were right next to him, and he grabbed them from the rack. But
Wow,
they,
that's amazing. He
Not
hit
nuts.
1,000. Yeah, he should definitely get an agent. He should be in the NBA. No doubt. Or the Olympics, someplace. Or down at a park and beating people out of money.
Yeah, so he had a guy handing him balls, but that's crazy.
In
One
1
after
hour.
the other, after the other. Yep.
Wow, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless him. God bless him. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That is unbelievable. 1,000. Man, there's NBA teams that don't make 1,000 3
1,134. You can't forget that 134. You can't short him.
Man, his arms when he was done, they had to be like rubber. Like when he was finished, he was probably like, oh.
But he didn't miss any, right? Isn't that what I read yesterday? I mean, it was consecutive.
I think so. Yeah, the article that I have
that's the
doesn't
part
say, but yeah.
It's amazing.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, to make that many in a given amount of time is unreal, but to not miss any in between is unbelievable.
But like, as
Unless
G-Man
I read
said,
that wrong.
just for doing it all, like you said, in 1 hour
Yeah.
consecutively, like you said, I mean, how is your arm not a noodle at one point? How are you
forget
just
it.
like, ooh, yeah.
Nobody's going to touch that record. That is unbelievable. Jeez, God bless him. He should definitely get involved. Somebody should give him a tryout in the NBA. I'm telling you. If he can make 1,000 3-pointers in an hour, oh, my God, that is amazing. A good three-point shooter in the NBA is in the 40% range. 42, 44, 46 is really high. This guy hit 1,000? My God, and he's a teacher, right, or a coach?
He's a coach. He's a high school basketball coach.
Well, I would listen to him. I was on the team. I'd be like, hey, Coach, what do you do? Man, that is
It was
amazing.
his second attempt at it, and he said he trained for it like he would a marathon. Said it was really fun, and I'm very thankful for everyone who came out 15, 20 minutes in, and there's what he said, 40-something minutes left, and my body is already shot. He said after just 20 minutes in. He was like, so that's when it becomes a battle with yourself. He was like, it's really just taking it one shot at a time and having confidence in yourself. But yeah.
That's amazing.
Even after 20 minutes, he's like, oh, I'm exhausted. Still had 40 more to go.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, somebody should give him a tryout someplace. Maybe Europe. He can go play in China, do something. Man, that's a lot to hit. I thought he just shot. Like there was just throwing balls up there. That's amazing. 877-927-6969. I think that's a record that'll stand. That is the number to call if you guys want to give us a call. You can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Well, here's a question that we can ponder for us and the audience. And please, 47142 is that text line, like Greek just said. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. And here's the simple question we'll start with, and then I'll get into a little bit of an article that was written about it. And the question is, should Wi-Fi be available and free everywhere we go?
I mean, I don't know everywhere, but if they do have it, because I have heard that there are certain places that want to charge you $10 to utilize their Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
But if a place does have Wi-Fi, I don't think you should be charged for it.
Okay. Greek, do you think Wi-Fi should be free for everyone?
I think it should be free.
Especially if you're a paying customer, right? You're
Yeah.
buying something at the establishment, you should be able to utilize it for free.
The only time I would say no is if somebody walked off the street, opened their laptop, sat there for 6 hours,
And people do that.
and
Well-
didn't
Okay.
buy anything,
Yes.
or was just sitting, because you're taking a seat away from them and you're using their stuff.
Okay.
That I say no.
Keep that in mind, because that'll be a part of this article that I'm going to read. And Franny, you touched on it. I'm sure you read this article too. At least it sounds like it. This is prompted because a coffee shop in New York City was called out on a TikTok video for charging $10 to quote unquote non-members for the use of their Wi-Fi in their coffee shop. The one person took to social media to explain her experience with Wi-Fi in different situations. She made the statement that that's not free anymore. That's not a free right in our community anymore, thinking that she thinks it should be a right that everybody has free Wi-Fi. That person's name is Sydney Unger. Sydney says, Bedford Studio, a coffee shop and collective workplace, again, in quotes, collective workplace in the West Village, charged her $10 to use the Wi-Fi, but they offer discount packages. She showed it too. There's a thing right in front of the cash register, a sign that reads out $10 for a day, $30 a month, or $300 a year for use of their Wi-Fi. But see, that's where it goes back to what you're saying, Greek. This is a place where people would come in with a laptop and stay there for hours and hours and hours. So the Bedford Studio put up this policy, and this went along with that sign that says they welcome everyone to come inside to purchase coffee and relax, but requires a membership to work from the studio, as it fosters a productive environment and access to connect with new people and participate in members' events dedicated to promoting well-being and career growth. Also, the poster of that video, Sydney Unger, had said, I have been to places that either have no Wi-Fi or the password will be on the receipt, right? So if you buy something, then they'll give you the password that way, right?
That's fair.
So that it does force a purchase, like Franny was talking in the beginning. Also, there are even some that she's gone to where every 2 hours the password changes.
Oh, wow.
So you have to buy something every 2 hours. So you can't sit there for 6 hours on a $5 cup of coffee.
Which, as a business,
let's say.
I get it, right? You buy one cup of coffee and then you take space in a place where somebody else could be there purchasing and sitting. So to me, and that's why when you say should Wi-Fi be free, you guys will say yes. I don't, unless, and that's the thing. So I guess it's not technically free if you are buying something, and that's how it should be. It's a business; they need to make money somehow, some way. And if you're just going in there and you're not spending any money, then I'm okay with them charging $10 for you to sit there and utilize their Wi-Fi.
So there you go. And that's why I think when you look into the whole picture, it does paint things a little bit different, right? Versus even like here, right? I mean, when you say, should businesses offer free Wi-Fi? We have it here in our building. Now, we're not a business where people typically come in, sit down for hours and hours and hours,
Can I use
right?
your Wi-Fi?
And don't purchase anything, right? So it's a different concept. How about another one too? Airlines. Airplanes. Should Wi-Fi be free on an airplane?
These days they are a lot of times, but is it technically free because you're purchasing a ticket?
Yeah, I think you're buying a ticket, so I would think that's cool.
Yeah,
to me.
So again, that's more of a perk, I think, of a purchase that you make with that business. Now, I flew not too long ago, and on that particular airline, it was free. Didn't even have to. All you had to do was log right into it, and it was there. And very good Wi-Fi too, by the way. It was very fast. Now, my wife, she came home on a different airline. She had to pay $10 for it.
Really?
And that's just the way that particular company is set up.
Was it Spirit? I'm just kidding. Because they charge for everything.
I mean, the airlines charge you for everything.
Well, I just booked Spirit because $98 round trip to Atlanta. And I was just like, it can't be that. But then when you're just like going in, they're like, all right, you got to pay for your check bag. Check bags are more than carry-ons are more than checking in a bag with Spirit. It's mind-blowing to me. Yep. Okay. And I guess because it's taking space on the airplane up there. So yeah, they charge. And then if you want to pick your seat, it's another $20. So my husband, we were just like, you know what? Let's just pay the $98. We don't have to sit next to each other just to save because it would have been an extra $100 and something bucks at that point where I just probably could have flown another airline nicer. But I was just like, let's just bare bone whatever it is, 98, and just pay it and just figure it out.
Do you know if Wi-Fi will be
probably
free on
not?
that?
But you know what? It's not actually.
No,
it's not free.
You already know that.
Yeah, we looked because of course when you're checking out, they're like, you want this, you want this, you want this, and it just starts adding up, right? For a $98 flight to a $250 flight. So we were just like, it's only like an hour and a half. We can live without Wi-Fi. Like we'll be okay is what we said. And not just that, like with your phone or tablet, you can download if we need entertainment, download our shows, right? You don't necessarily need the Wi-Fi as long as you're prepared ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. And even at that, even if you don't buy the Wi-Fi, they still, I think, at least again, the airline that I flew on, they offer things to watch. You know, they have movies, they have TV shows that you can choose from to watch.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
But you know, and again, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but do they at least have TVs or the little mini screens or something on there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay.
JetBlue and Delta always. Not every airline does. I flew Southwest not that long ago. They didn't, but some planes did. So it just depends, I guess.
The newer ones.
The newer ones do. Yeah. So it just really just depends. But I mean, I was just like, you know, if we can't survive an hour and a half without Wi-Fi, then we have a problem. We'll be okay. And $98 is a hell of a deal for a flight. So
I can't get to Boca in my car for $98.
I know.
That's cheap.
Did you say that was round trip?
That's round trip.
That is
round trip.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
My God, you gotta go. You have to.
I am.
$98. That's
unbelievable. Don't worry, I'm not missing any days for it. It's a quick weekend trip, so we can go to a Georgia game.
Whatever you want to do. It's fine. I'm here.
I'm just letting you know.
I know.
It's not another day off.
But I've changed. It's all about you. If it makes you happy, go. When any day, ride to the airport, go wear Georgia gear. Let's do it.
Thank you. I can. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
47142.
Thank you, Mr. Greek.
Started off with Real Radio.
You're welcome. I don't want to be that guy.
We have a misspeak request, and somebody was like, "Hey, Greek, are you aware that Pete Best was the music composer for the soundtrack to the movie Crocodile Dundee?"
Oh, wow. He still got screwed.
Different.
Yes.
Peter Best.
Yeah.
For somebody else. Not the same person, is it?
I'm guessing. And then it says, how about Misspeak 102? Also says, I want a free box of Checkers. Huh? LOL, Matt in Port St. Lucie. What am I missing here? Free box of Checkers? Did we what? Maybe it's in the Misspeak?
I don't know.
I
guess it's possible.
So let's see. This is for Matt in Port St. Lucie.
All right. Well, here you go.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
Get to work, bitch.
Can I get you a coffee? And everything is quiet. And she goes, no. And you walk out with your ass in your hat.
They're going to have to go to the hospital.
Oh, you had a coupon. Yeah, he did. A Bico.
Perfect.
How are you?
Barton Rainbows on this fabulous Friday.
Yeah, that's a free set of Checkers. We don't like to be inconvenienced. And as soon as our, move the cheese a little.
I know, right?
Miss you, and I know people are going to miss you on the airwaves because you entertained them for years. So keep your hair shut.
Where did you get all that glistening chest hair?
I learned that the hard way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it oil and maybe a little funny money going around or no?
I think I want my money back.
It's like a hooker. You get what you pay for. You want the girlfriend experience? It's going to be more. You want the clams? You got to get in the crib.
What? I had crabs once.
I didn't want to go into my pants because every time I go in my pants, it never stops.
Duh.
Yeah. Speaking of going to your pants, Pete Davidson was out last night in Boca. We saw him, and supposedly he's hung like a pony.
And he went into his pants?
No, I'm just saying. About 8 people said that to me. He's really, I'm like, wow, that's impressive. I was watching the Eagles. I did not care. But my good friend Buddha, is a great guy. Buddha's the best.
Yeah.
He really is. And he was so just like, oh my God, he's there. And it's the first time.
I think I would have introdued myself.
Oh, he would have came up to you.
I do. I think he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And if he was at an establishment I would have been at, I mean, not the biggest starstruck, but still a bit.
Yeah. Buddha is, though. He goes crazy for ball players. I mean, he just unbelievable, but he went crazy. And it was the first time I saw him go crazy for somebody who wasn't a ball player. So then I left, and I had to go someplace else, and he texted me a picture, and he said he was very nice. He went up to him, and he was cool, which was nice. But yeah, he was out and about.
So he's canceled. He had some shows in Florida, which he canceled because he is taking care of his mental health. And so people are like, oh, he's out. So it's he's still remaining in treatment for his mental health, but obviously it's not like drug or alcohol. It's mental health rehab. But clearly he's allowed to go in and out of it too if he's hanging out in Boca. But yeah, they're saying still part of his treatment. And
well, as long as he's getting better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was with a nice young lady. She seemed to have a great personality. And
that's not what you said earlier. She was so hot.
Oh, yeah.
She was so hot.
I would have went up to her before him.
I mean, listen, this guy.
Yeah.
He's
pulled some serious tail.
He has pulled some very, very
He's pulled
serious.
hotter tail than James Bond.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
He's young, good looking.
well
he
for
has
himself.
a reputation for his junk, and he's loaded. Yeah,
Funny,
of course he's
funny.
getting,
People
and
like
he's
funny,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, God bless him. But yeah, Buddha, I know you wanted me to mention it. I know you were a big fan of him, and you were very excited. And it was nice to see. It was like Christmas Day. He was like, "Oh my God!" He's like so jacked up. I was happy because the Eagles won. I didn't care about anything, and I was just out of there. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. I got that right. Ha ha ha! That video is going to be up with me and Dan Marino, so you guys can check that out at Dolphin Stadium yesterday. Very cool. When you always hear negative things about Dan, he was on the spot yesterday. What a great personality, by the way. Franny, we got Florida stories. What's up?
Yeah, well, what's up? We have a Florida man who got busted doing something, and he hurt himself while live streaming. So I'll let you know why he's in jail, because he did all this stuff while live streaming himself. Then we have an incident with a couple that was arrested with a bunch of fentanyl. Thank God this did not hit the streets. And a really scary story about a couple who was ambushed after winning some money at the Hard Rock Casino. So this is one of those things you want to be careful. If you hit a jackpot or whatever it is, there could be eyes on you. I'll give you these details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
So far, so good along your expressways this morning. 95 of the Turnpike continues to be accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here. That'll be on Lakeview Avenue, westbound after Flagler Drive, blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $1 Small Frosty Deal. Get ready to cool down this summer with the ultimate treat. This delectable dessert is too thick for a straw, but just right for a fry. Is it a milkshake? Is it ice cream? Neither. It's a Frosty. Come taste your favorite small Frosty flavor for just $1. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey, It's the Greek from Monroe and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Enough is enough. Palm Beach County deserves more than just law enforcement. It deserves law empowerment. I'm Michael Gauger, and I'm running to be your sheriff. Not only do I want to enforce justice, we also want to enhance and empower your communities. It's time for leadership that not only maintains law and order, but also maintains hope, trust, and support for every single resident. Vote Michael Gauger for sheriff.
Paid for by Michael Gauger, Republican candidate for sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Crow. Some pockets of showers onshore this morning, but most of them will push inland or fizzle out by the time we get to mid-afternoon. We could see a few more showers and storms pop up west of I-95 this afternoon and evening, but those showers will be few and far between. Highs this afternoon in the upper 80s.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, can science prove God exists? To find the answer, we talk to Eric Metaxas, who argues that our Creator may be scientifically verifiable. Listen to Red Pilled America wherever you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Good morning to you. Welcome back into the Penthouse. This is Franny. We got Jimmy too. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
Good morning. We do have G-Man in the Penthouse somewhere, but it is that time where we get into some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Thank goodness they arrested this couple, and thank goodness they got these drugs off the street. So detectives, they arrested a man and woman after a search warrant. Collier County Sheriff said they executed a search warrant on a suspected drug house. They said that not only was a drug house obviously in a residential area, but it was across from a park where a bunch of kids would play too. They said our message is clear. When they were talking about them, they said, if you're going to peddle poison in this community and threaten the safety of children, our detectives are coming to get you, and you're going to be held accountable. Mikhail Bernal and Yusbelkin Vega are facing charges of trafficking over 28 grams of fentanyl. They said that Bernal is also facing charges of possession of meth. During the search, they found a total of 318 fentanyl pills inside the home. They said the small blue pills were marked M30 to resemble legitimate prescription oxycodone. That's what they're trying to make it look like, but it was fentanyl.
Terrible.
How they said detectives said they found meth too, almost $14,000 in cash. They did seize more cash that was on that Bernal guy, $6,000 on him during the time of arrest. But the claims here is those pills that much. I mean, when you think about it, you're like, all right, what did I say? 318, that's a lot of pills. But the claim here is that they uncovered it was enough fentanyl to kill nearly 200,000 people.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That small amount. Isn't that crazy?
Takes so very little.
Mm-hmm. And then next up in your What the Florida, yep, this dope. So I like when they just make it so easy to get arrested. Florida man has pleaded guilty to possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Can't do that if you're a convicted felon.
Let me guess. He posted a video.
Well, he was live streaming on social media.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Young James Hilgart, 21, was live streaming when during the live stream he accidentally shot himself in the leg.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Deputies responded and found him in possession of a sawed-off shotgun. They later found a second shotgun that belonged to him, buried in the yard, so he made sure to bury that one. An investigation revealed that he posted photos of himself with firearms and ammunition to social media on several occasions, so this guy's just dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they said that, he's live streaming and accidentally shot himself in the leg. So, kind of, I guess he deserved that. But they said that...
Can't blame anybody but himself.
No, sentencing
At least he's a good shot.
Yes, they said that he can face a maximum of 15 years in federal prison because of this.
Yep.
He's not supposed to have a gun, and Dope is posting all kinds of stuff about him with guns. Then, yes, there is a Riverview couple is urging vigilance after being ambushed. The reason why they said, this is a quote, they're like, her name is Kim Chambly. She said, people need to understand they need to be vigilant. They need to be vigilant and aware of their surroundings. And that's the message that they're sharing after they got ambushed and shot outside of their home after winning money at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino in Tampa.
Sad.
They said that, of course, police, along with the Seminole Hard Rock security team, have been cooperating to provide surveillance video. They said these types of crimes are rare, but it does happen. They said people are aware of extensive surveillance cameras at the casino, and that serves, obviously, for people not to do any crimes, right? They're like looking, they're like, oh, they're definitely going to bust me. There's cameras everywhere. But they said that guests can always ask for security escort to their car, too.
They
if you
do
win
that.
stuff, you
Yeah.
can do that. They
Yeah.
said this case was a first for them, but while crimes may be rare, it does happen. So they said that, in particular, obviously, very sad situation. They said that they won some money. And the suspects followed them home. This is over $3,000. And I don't think that the suspects knew exactly. They just know that they won some money, and watch them. They hit the jackpot at the slots and cashed out. So, they see lights going off. They're probably like, oh my God, they won so much money. So they cashed out about $3,000. And then, the husband's like, usually I pay attention to my surroundings. If somebody's following me for that long, if a car follows me for that long. And he even owns his own security company and says situational awareness is always top of mind. But he got lost in the moment of enjoying a great date night, right?
How about that, huh?
There is one thing that they do recommend in casinos, and I've told my friends this. I have a couple of friends who've won huge money. I'm talking $700-800 at the Seminole and Hard Rock. And they do say you should ask for a check. Because when people are watching you, a lot of times people get cash and they see all that cash. Because if they have a check, yes, they can follow you home and they can get that. But, who carries a lot of money home? But if they're watching you, you're walking out with that. And the other thing that sometimes they recommend is when you are getting security at Seminole Hard Rock, it's pretty known. Like, you could watch somebody walking out that they got people around. And you're like, well, they must have just won. So, if you have a check, you don't really need security. Just walk out because you can't get the check. What are you going to do with it?
This might be a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. If you get a check like that and you walk out and you get robbed, let's say, can you go back in and tell them, hey, can you cancel that check and issue a new one?
Yeah, because you didn't endorse it yet.
Right.
And you didn't deposit it.
Right.
So that's one of the good things about having a check, obviously.
I would think that you could, but I don't know how they might go, here you go, and once you get it, you're done.
No. They definitely have that. If Hard Rock gives you a check and you, God forbid, you got robbed, you just go right to them, hey, I just got robbed. It's not me, the signature, the whole thing. But they do recommend, like my one friend who won on the slot, $600,000. He got $450 in a check, and he got $150 in cash. They had security bring him out, but there was 4 of them, 4 guys, a little different. But they always do say that. But, I've obviously over the years, I got friendly with pit bosses and people, and they always say, if you win serious money, get a check.
That makes sense.
Because people are watching you. You know what I mean? And they see that.
I'm sure this happens quite a bit.
Yeah, they said it was rare, according to this. And they said this is the first time at this Hard Rock that they've had this incident.
I'm sorry. How about if I rephrase that? I bet it happens a lot where people are watching and looking for that type of thing.
Yeah. Well, so they said that this horrific ordeal was captured on a Ring doorbell camera, and it was. You can hear gunshots. And the wife thought that her dude was killed. She said, I was hysterical, screaming and crying. Her and her boyfriend, Val de la Cruz, they said just arrived home from a date night when 2 masked men surrounded their car and was demanding money. She said, I ran, I fell in the door. The other guy came out, shot me again for the 3rd time. That's from de la Cruz, a gentleman, in the leg. I don't want to say thank God, but at least it wasn't anywhere.
It did her artery.
Yeah, so that chilling moment is caught on surveillance camera, the Ring doorbell. But they were, thank goodness, able to catch these guys. They said the suspect watched them for 2 hours, followed them all the way back to Riverview, which it's not, they say, close to that Hard Rock, Tampa. And so they were telling people, just be careful. Yeah, so they did arrest 2 guys, thank God. And it was after the fact, Marcus Jenkins and Tristan Wright. So they are off the streets, but they said that he was arrested before, just like a month before. They found him asleep behind the wheel of a Taco Bell drive-thru, smelled alcohol on him, cannabis, all kinds of stuff. And he was charged with a plethora of charges. Got out of jail, did this. Now he's back in prison.
And the other thing is, the casinos want this because it helps them. The bells go off, the alarms, people hear it, they look around. Oh, somebody must have just won, obviously. Always walk out of casino pissed, like you just got your ass kicked.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're playing cards, sure. But if you're a slot machine, it's ding, 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 ding. You can't act pissed because it's telling you somebody just won.
No, I'm saying, obviously with the slot machines, if you're playing cards, you're sports betting, you go to a window, you cash your ticket in, you know what, you walk away and that's it. But it is sad that there are people like that, but you also have to remember there's professionals out there. The movie Casino, when they portrayed Sharon Stone and she had all the ins with everybody and they, call people and this guy's in their room and he's got money, he won. That's all true. Those things happen. So it is sad and thank God. And it's not a lot of money. I mean, they won $3,000.
I know. Who they probably just saw that they won a jackpot on a slot machine.
Sure. I'm saying, but it's sad all around, the whole thing. And it's scary. You got to be careful.
And that is your What the Florida.
Thank you so much, Francis. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the Penthouse. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the ways you guys can get involved in the show all the time. You can also leave a callback number if you guys want to give us a call back and leave some kind of a message.
Yeah, leave a callback number.
Whatever.
We'll give you a callback.
It's called a talkback, and you leave us a voice message on the iHeartRadio app. Don't
just call us.
Just don't.
Tell me if you want some milk and eggs, whatever you want.
Okay.
Jimmy, I know you had a unique story about a woman and with therapy, and that is pretty unique because, man, shows you I don't think that couple's going to make it in the situation. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. And don't forget, we got a big giveaway today.
Well, they'll be saving some money, that's for sure. A Minnesota woman is facing charges after hitting her boyfriend with her car.
What did he do?
Oh, my God. What are you blaming him for?
Dang, I know this story, and it's kind of a little bit on him too, but go ahead.
Oh, it is? It deserves to get hit by a car?
Well, no, he doesn't deserve, but he shouldn't have been where he was at.
Well, then
Yes.
you've got some information. We can do this story together because
you
apparently
got this.
Apparently, this happened while they were on their way to couples therapy.
Yep.
30-year-old Veronica Gast was behind the wheel when her boyfriend was in the passenger seat. They'd been fighting all day, but things got heated up on the drive, and he broke up with her.
On the way to couples therapy, he was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. It's not worth it. No couples therapy. I'm done with you.
He says he told her the relationship is over and asked her to take him home. But she stopped in the middle of the road and told him, get out. So he did. Their stories differ after that. That's where things get a little bit haywire. But he says they locked eyes as he was crossing in front of the car.
And that was his mistake.
Crucial.
You broke up with her. You get out of the car. She's pissed at you. Why are you going to walk in the front of the vehicle?
So you're telling me he should have got hit by a car?
I'm just saying it was a mistake. He should have went to the side, back. I mean, I know she could have gone in reverse. Either way, like, you don't stand in the front of a vehicle of a pissed woman that you just broke up with.
Oh my God, this is so sad.
I'm just saying.
Men are getting beat
she
up
shouldn't-
again.
No, I'm not
You're saying it's okay to get hit by a car because they had a fight?
Nobody said that. I'm not saying she should have done but that was a very big mistake on his end to go in front of the car.
Yeah, I have to. Now it is. I mean, I'm not saying that she's justified
No,
in
not
running the dude
justified
over,
whatsoever.
But you know what? You don't hand a guy to somebody that's mad a gun.
You just pissed her off. You just broke up with her.
So what happens every friggin' day?
Yeah, and so do people get run over too. You wouldn't if you weren't in the front of the car.
That you were saying this kind of stuff. You're the
Are you
nicest
really
person
shocked?
I know.
Are you really shocked?
He claims at that point she, as you can guess, floored it, causing him to fly over the hood and pushed into the windshield, broke the windshield and everything. He ended up with a cut on his right elbow, and she ended up with a cracked windshield.
Yeah, he was okay. Luckily, thank God.
Did she want them to pay for the windshield?
She claims it happened when he punched the windshield, and that's how the windshield got cracked.
Out of anger.
So he claims that she ran into him. He hit, obviously went up into the windshield because of that, but she's claiming otherwise. She also tried to claim that she didn't hit him on purpose, and she just didn't see him there.
Oh, come on. My God.
Yeah.
But she eventually changed her story and did admit to it.
She admitted.
This is sad.
She's facing second-degree assault charges, and it sounds like their relationship is officially over.
I would say so.
You don't think they can work it out?
I would say so. I don't know if any therapy can fix that.
No?
I don't.
I don't know. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know what? I've seen crazier things with people.
Me too.
I really have. I mean, I know a couple.
I'm not against you on that. I could see where some people would. Now, granted,
She called the cops too. At least she did call the cops on herself.
from what I understand,
I know, but I think she was like, "Oh crap, what did I just do?" So but she could have just hit him and like left. So at least she did call the cops.
yeah, wouldn't hit and run.
Yeah.
As I understand it, though, they were only together for like a year. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a real long relationship.
I know somebody about a month ago, police were involved at their house. It was a very, very bad situation. I know both of them. And I saw her last week, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she goes, we're okay. We're back now. I was like, oh, my God, you guys are back? And cops were involved. I mean, it was scary. I mean, you just don't know in couples. Man, thank God I've never been in that situation. And then that situation where this poor guy gets hit by a woman. What does it come to? I can't believe it. Misspeak, maybe that'll bail us out.
All right, well, let's bail us out.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
It is this week, so cash is king. We got to pay the donuts.
But how much is this going to cost us?
877-927-6969. If you've ever partaken in this,
is that something that should be encouraged?
Don't forget, at 1:35, I give out recipes and directions on WWGD.
It's a common mistake.
Not the first one I've made today.
Houston and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -1. Excuse me. So Houston's getting 1.5.
And I'm telling you something is off.
Prenups always get people sidewise.
Ooh, I beg to differ.
And it is a trendy sport. Teams will lose and win.
Fergus, come on, let's go home, boy.
So preseason football kicks off last week, and a new rule we never found out that it's 55 minutes a game has to go.
What did you do when they found out?
They never did.
Florida State, Texas A&M, Georgia, and LSU. Last 4 games. If that's not a juggernaut, I don't know what is.
What are you doing over there?
Nothing. I was just trying to play hard like Pete Rose.
Nice.
Jugging off.
Nice job.
Franny, what is today? National what?
Today is National Roller Coaster Day, and we'll get into some facts about that. But if you are a fan of roller coasters and you like, I want to hit every single roller coaster in our country that they name the top, that would be a fun trip to do, right? You just hit every top roller coaster. Then I will give you that list for National Roller Coaster Day. Here are the top coasters in the U.S. I wonder how many you can mark off if you've already ridden these.
Based on who?
Happy Roller Coaster Day to celebrate. Head to the nearest music park. It was the Herald Tribune who put this together.
Okay.
Yes, but they said that USA Today, this is their 10 best released.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
USA
so it is
Today.
USA Today. And they said to help narrow down the best, 10 best had a panel of theme park experts choose 20 coasters, then readers voted for their favorites.
Oh.
So you got the people.
all right,
you got the people behind this. All right. For National.
Good research then.
Yes. For National Roller Coaster Day. And at number 10, the Pantheon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Virginia. Then you have the Iron Gwazi at number 9 at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. The Fury 325 at Carowinds at Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm not very familiar with that park. The Voyage at Holiday World. This is a fun name for a town. Santa Claus, Indiana.
Oh, I want to go.
The Voyage of Holiday World. Giant Dipper at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, Santa Cruz, California. Then we go to the Lightning Rod at Dollywood. That's Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. The Lightning Rod. Wildcats Revenge at Hershey Park, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Phantom Revenge at Kennywood. That's in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Then we go to SeaWorld, Orlando for the Mako, which I've heard is fantastic. I've not been on it. Mako at SeaWorld, Orlando. And then number 1, they consider this the best roller coaster in the U.S., is Phoenix at Nobles, and that it's in Ellisburg, Pennsylvania, according to USA Today and the readers. But if you're looking for Florida specifically, as I did mention, both, right, are they owned together, right? SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, same?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I thought so too. But yes, if you are looking, and here in our beautiful state of Florida, we did have the Mako at SeaWorld if you wanted to do, and then the Iron Gwazi in Busch Gardens made the top 10.
Let me ask you, what do you, I know you're big with roller coasters. What's the best one you've been around?
It's been a while, but so far, I'm not a while. I haven't visited a lot of amusement parks. As a kid, I was at Six Flags all the time in Atlanta, and we got to travel to Orlando to do so. So I would say as of now, and I know there's probably great ones out there, but this is to me my favorite, and that is the Velocicoaster.
Okay.
Where's that?
That is at or I believe that's Islands of Adventure, but Universal.
Okay.
Universal in Orlando. The Velocicoaster is so good. But if you have any out there, especially in Florida, where it's easy for us to get to, let us know. 47142 started off with Real Radio. What is your favorite roller coaster?
Jim, how about you? Any off the top of your head?
By far, hands down, very close, right next to number 2, Velocicoaster. But I would go with Hagrid's. Right
I
there
haven't
at
been
Universal.
on it yet.
Now the only thing is again, like I'm even less limited. Like I haven't been to that many, so it's not like a big sample size that I could get. But Hagrid's is so
I've heard.
fun.
So that was the thing. I haven't been on it yet. The Fast Pass doesn't work for Hagrid's, so
Still
that's why.
doesn't.
And the line is so long that I'm just like, I hate lines. But especially it's so hot. But we are going to be out there.
It's worth it.
I know, for
It is.
horror nights.
Yeah.
So I'm going to this time try to get on there because I have heard phenomenal things. They do say it's the best in those parks.
Yeah,
One day.
It's
One
a lot
day.
of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it, to me, it was worth the wait. We even had a little extra wait time because of lightning that came in the area one day. I think we ended up waiting about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
For it, which I mean, yeah, I know it sucks. It's a long line, but it's I don't know that is one that I could say is worth it. There's a couple others, and I'd love to get around to. What was the one that Hershey? Is Hershey still open?
Yeah, that was one of the parks.
I was surprised. I thought they closed down.
That was one of the roller coasters that they said was the best.
I thought that closed down a couple years ago.
Yeah. We went there a bunch of times when I was a kid.
I've never been. I think that would be fun to do. They also say, what's the one in Cleveland, the popular one, or Ohio? Oh, Ohio theme park. I've heard so many good things about it. I even think Andrew, our Kingpin of Promotions, went there.
Not sure.
I'm not familiar.
But if you guys have one, you want to call us, text us, or leave a
Cedar
message?
Point.
Oh, Cedar
Point.
Okay. That's right. I
Yep.
think I've heard about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or leave a message with Jimmy. Email him. Let us know. Give us a call. What is your favorite roller coaster? It is roller coaster day. And is there a roller coaster maybe you went just for that? You went someplace a different state and said, I'm going here for this roller coaster. Let us know. Give us a call. Some of the videos you see, on social media of roller coasters and things that they do, unbelievable. I give people stones for getting up there and getting on them. But people love it. They love the juice.
When's the last time? Have you? Do you have one? I mean, Greek. I don't know. Do you go on many?
I've on one in my whole life years ago, and I believe it was the Universal, the Hulk.
Oh, okay, Hulk. Yeah, that's a great ride too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Hulk there.
Yeah,
that's a fun one.
I think
It's like after you get off the Velocicoaster, the Hulk seems so jerky, right? Because that Velocicoaster is so smooth.
Yeah, that is true. That's a very good point between the two. But it's Hulk's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How about now a little bit of nostalgia? You ever like getting on an old like a wooden coaster? I mean, obviously they don't flip around and do as much, but there's just something about it too. It's got that little
No
bit of
loops, just ups
nostalgia.
and downs.
Yeah.
We had one, and I think it's still the same. I loved it. And every now and then they would do a backwards ride where the roller coaster would go backwards,
Right.
and that was fun. It was called the Scream Machine.
Oh, all right.
And that's one of the older ones, Six Flags Over Georgia. That was fun.
There was one on your way to Miami that I think they just knocked down. That
It's been knocked down for a long
Is it?
time. That was part of a Boomers.
Okay, yeah. And that was there for years, but it was wooden.
An old wood one.
Yeah. You would see it.
I don't know if it's still there, but there was one in Cape May too, Cape
Okay.
May, New Jersey. That every time we went down to the firemen's convention, we always went out onto the boardwalk and it was out kind of by the water.
Yeah,
there, as
checking
you
it
can
out.
imagine. It was that was a lot of fun. But again, it was. It didn't have a lot of,
Bells and
obviously,
whistles.
but it was just an old-fashioned wooden roller coaster. Kind of reminds you, was it the Cyclone out there?
Yeah.
At
That's
Coney
Coney Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm
That
sure
was famous.
That's all long gone, but still and all, that was one of the oldest in the country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and some people, they love them. They love the juice. They'll go on it 2-3 times in a row if they can, based on lines. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Friday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Listen to Rover. Greek Zone today. We'll get into some more preseason. Last night was a winning night for the organization. So blueberry pancakes for everybody on us. We'll be back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Channel3000.com, which probably
Sounds fake as hell,
it's
doesn't it?
probably more of a local thing over there.
Tune into Channel 3000.
I've never had a cable box go that high. Channel
That would
3000.
be a real son of a bitch. You're like, oh, God, channel up, channel up.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
So far, so good along your expressways this morning. 95 of the Turnpike continue to be accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road repair that'll be on Lakeview Avenue westbound after Flagler Drive, blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Snyder AC Plumbing and Electric.
Snyder has landed in South Florida with top-rated AC expertise just in time to beat the South Florida heat. Ready for a shocking twist? Snyder's also got plumbing and electrical expertise. That's right. When you need a home hero, Snyder's a full-service one-stop shop ready to answer any call.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Hello, I'm Laurel Diaz. I'm running for sheriff of Palm Beach County. We're living in a very dangerous time right now. We have active shooters and terrorist attacks all across our nation. It is important that you have a sheriff that will protect you and your family to the best of his ability. I have a master's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management, and I've commanded the toughest divisions of Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and abroad. Do not trust the safety of your family to a social worker. Vote Diaz for Sheriff August 20th. This is a paid political effort. Laurel Diaz for Sheriff of Palm Beach County.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet,
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security,
Security win.
and 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Enough is enough. Palm Beach County deserves more than just law enforcement. It deserves law empowerment. I'm Michael Gauger, and I'm running to be your sheriff. Not only do I want to enforce justice, we also want to enhance and empower your communities. It's time for leadership that not only maintains law and order, but also maintains hope, trust, and support for every single resident. Vote Michael Gauger for sheriff.
Paid for by Michael Gauger, Republican candidate for sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it. So your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Getting behind the wheel after drinking could change your world. Bobby here had a great time at the party and thought he was good to drive home. Now, Bobby's facing jail time, an upset wife, disappointed parents, and up to a $10,000 fine. It only takes one bad decision to change your world forever. Getting behind the wheel after you've been drinking is one of them. Drive sober or get pulled over. Learn more at NHTSA.gov. That's NHTSA.gov. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from August 16th through the 19th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. The LPGA Scottish Open is in full swing, and after Thursday's round, Australia's Minjee Lee sits alone at the top at 5 under. 3 Americans are in the top 10 of the leaderboard. Megan Kang tied for second at 4 under, and Lauren Coughlin and Lucy Lee tied for 5th at 3 under with others, including Paris Olympic gold medalist Lydia Ko. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture Card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on every purchase. Plus, earn unlimited 5x miles on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Between the lines,
far beyond legal and ethical limits,
and under the surface,
dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events.
Is somebody messing with us?
Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station.
This is Granny. Rick, my callback number is 69. Honey?
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Granny with a downtown bang, still alive. I was wondering what the under-over is on her, but she sounds good. I'm glad, Granny, you're still around. Jimmy's in the house. Hello and good morning. And hello, Francis.
Hello.
Time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
All right, I saw this morning. I think it's going to be a good film, but I was a little surprised about this. It looks like Nicolas Cage is supposed to be portraying John Madden in a new movie. Surprised about him. But Madden had a very interesting life, obviously so famous from what he did coaching with the Raiders. I think he still has the best winning percentage as a head coach in the NFL. He coached the Raiders in the 70s. Unbelievable what he achieved. And then his career, obviously broadcasting the Madden game, everything, passed away about a year ago. But Nicolas Cage is supposed to be portraying him. That's pretty interesting. 29 million people play fantasy football in the USA, an $11 billion business. 29 million. Wow. And the next 2 weeks, this is all about the drafts for fantasy football. I know so many people that are having their draft parties at bars or restaurants, home, all different places getting together. But yeah, fantasy football will be back before you know it. What another blessing for the NFL that this has gotten the way it is. So huge. It's been around forever. But 29 million people, that is amazing. And last night in football, there was a game preseason, and it was the Eagles beating the Patriots. Big game for them. They ended up winning. Patriots tried at the end to get a field goal, but to no avail. And the Eagles not only won by one, they went for two at the end of the game, and they got it, and they were getting 3.5. So big win for the Eagles under this new regime with their coach. They only won this only second game in 3 years. He usually doesn't care about preseason, but he won last night. Hats off to him. And that is your Greek's Trifecta. And now it's the weekend, and Franny's going to suggest a couple things that maybe you want to do. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, here we
go. Let's do it.
Do as I command.
And I do. What was that?
Do as I command.
I always say if you got anything that you want me to promote, then you can text it 47142. Start it off with Real Radio and just let me know what you got going on. Maybe you got a band or a festival, whatever the case may be. I would love to talk about it. So this weekend, let's get into a few things. We have, if you want to drive all the way down to Miami, the Miami Improv has DL Hughley. If you're not familiar with him, he is a very funny guy. And speaking of funny, Ari Spears is going to be at the Dania Improv. We also have a, today's a little light, so we're going to move on to Saturday. You got the Miami Dolphins versus the Washington Commanders, Hard Rock Stadium. This sounds fun. Mrs. Roper Romp. So, Mrs. Roper. So women all come dressed up as Mrs. Roper.
Oh, no kidding.
And they go and hang out. It's like, this is a thing these days. If you go on Facebook, there are pages and clubs for people dressed as Mrs. Roper.
For her?
For her.
Really?
Yes.
That character,
Yep.
huh?
And those moo dresses, whatever. They dress up with the wig and they all get together. And Mrs. Roper romp going on at the American German Club in Lake Worth. Speaking of the American German Club, they're doing German Fest at the American German Club of the Palm Beaches for just $30. You're all in. Includes all-you-can-drink German beer, domestic wine, soft drinks, plus an awesome show by Private Stock. Food trucks will be available at the event. They say we got plenty of seating under the pavilion at the beer garden-style tables and lots of room to spread out on our shady picnic grounds. The event runs from 5 to 10. Then this is a great local band, Spread the Dub, will be playing at Sushi Joe in West Palm Beach. And I heard that they just redid that Sushi Joe. It's supposed to be beautiful. And maybe that's what they're doing, a kickoff for that. Then Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire will be at the I Think Financial Amphitheater. Show starts at 7:30 tomorrow evening. I got to see Earth, Wind, and Fire 2 years ago with my mom.
That sounds about right.
In Santana.
Yeah, a couple years
it was
ago,
great. It was so good. They're fantastic. Well, the original ones that are still there. There's a lot of new people. And then we have Treasure Coast Park and Watch with Family Movie Night happening tomorrow. They are going to be playing The Incredibles 2 at 8:30. It's at the Causeway Cove Marina right there, Hutchinson Island, Fort Pierce. Then there's a national touring tribute band called Petty Hearts.
Petty Hearts?
Petty Hearts.
Anything to do with the other guy?
What other guy?
The other guy.
You know, the guy, the singer who died?
The guy.
Yeah.
It's dead. Come on, Franny.
They are a
Look it up.
tribute band, Petty Hearts, to Tom Petty. Yes.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That is a free concert at that amphitheater right there in Abacoa from 7 to 10 in Jupiter, Abacoa, of course.
Go Gators.
Then Maren Morris, yes, Hard Rock Live. If you're familiar with her, God, it's hard to get out. Then we have a charity poker tournament benefiting the Walk to End Alzheimer's at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. That's happening Sunday, 11:30 to 5:30. You can go to Palm Beach Kennel Club's website if you want to get into that. And then we do have Sunday on the waterfront, West Palm Beach. It's pop rock band Quick Fix is going to be performing at the Meyer Amphitheater. It is a free concert. The event begins at 4 on Sunday. And then also on Sunday, if you're missing your green markets, Palm Beach Gardens is still running that green market on Burns Road from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that is what we got going on.
Great job, Francis. Thank you so much. We'll do it again later in the show. And maybe you guys have something that you want to add. You could text us or email us, and we'll run with it too. Put it in the report.
Right. Sounds good. Here's a lottery story that a twist on a lottery story that we don't often hear about. And I tell you what, we tell everybody to be safe about scams that are out there. And this guy was so safe that he almost lost $257,631 because he ended up winning a lottery jackpot. But whenever they were trying to get in touch with him, he thought it was a scam. So this dude was up in Michigan. And what it was is apparently it's one of those type of games where it's like a second chance. So I guess if you don't win the first time, somehow they put your ticket in and they do a secondary drawing afterwards.
Okay.
So the dude, 41-year-old man, and let's see if it says his name here. It's not really all that important. This was up in Michigan. Says he didn't realize that he was gaining an entry in a big cash second chance jackpot by playing eligible games at the Michigan lottery, right? So he was suspicious when he received an email about a $257,631 prize in the February 14th drawing. He said, quote, I saw an email back in February informing me that I won that much money, and I figured it was just a scam, and I deleted the email.
Wow.
In addition to the email, I received several phone calls about the prize over the last few months, but I still thought it was a scam. Recently, I decided to look into it, and when I found out it was a real prize, of course, I was floored by it.
I would understand why you think it's a scam. It's the same one with that lady that we talked about that found out she won a bunch of money.
Isn't that a weird way to find
email.
out? You would think that they would send something like an official letterhead or, I mean, if he actually...
Not on email or whatever. It's just very weird.
Yeah. The man said it took until he was collecting his prize to even actually believe it still at that point. Now that I'm at the lottery office, it's finally starting to sink in that it's real. The prize is going to be life changing, and of course, he's going to, buy a new car and maybe work on his home. But doesn't that seem odd, though? I mean, even though that this apparently did end up being official, I still would think that they would correspond in a different way.
I agree.
Not an email like
yeah.
that.
I mean, we saw the lady her spam.
Yeah.
And she did some research and found out that it was real. Yeah. I mean, I don't play enough games like that to have any lottery being like, hey, you won something. But it makes you think if you do, especially a lot of these online lottery things. I know the Florida Lotto may have some gaming online. I'm not 100% sure. Definitely check your spam folder. And if you get something, do your research first because we know there's a lot of people out there trying to scam you.
Especially, too, another part about this, too, is what's this second chance thing?
Yeah.
Didn't even realize he was signed up for it. I mean, again,
It's amazing.
It still sounds almost like it's a scam.
It does. But I guess you never know. 47142 started off with Real Radio National Roller Coaster Day and with the whole thing, that Florida story of the couple who got rolled at their house. There's a couple, luckily the suspects were arrested, but they followed them from the casino and shot at them. A very scary situation. Somebody says, I think the casino should offer doing direct deposits for big winners. It's not a bad idea. Says my favorite roller coaster is your sister's ass down in Boca.
No, nice.
Okay.
That's a very popular one.
Nice ride.
I have not been on that
A lot
one.
of people ride that one.
Really?
Could be a little bumpy at times.
Says regarding Roller Coaster Day in 1975, the band Ohio Players song Love Roller Coaster has a notorious murder myth to it. At 1:24, like 1 minute 24, in the track, a scream was heard, and it did not come from the band. The legend is it came from someone being murdered in an adjacent studio.
Oh.
The myth and legend still goes on today. Spooky.
Nice.
Never heard that before.
No, I never did.
Red Hot Chili Peppers redid that song, too. You got to listen.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call. If you guys want to get involved in the show, bring anything up. National Roller Coaster Day. Let us know if you have a favorite roller coaster, maybe as a kid or maybe now, that you still love.
And as heads up, because I know you're probably looking at the clock going, oh, it's almost 11:45 giveaway. So we changed it a few weeks ago. 12:45 is when we do our giveaways on Friday. So 12:45, we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to see Megadeth for the Destroy All Enemies World Tour, special guest Mudvayne, and All That Remains.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
That's not how you say
Destroy All Enemies.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's much better.
Special guest Mudvayne and All That Remains. August 24th, I Think Financial Amphitheater. That is next Saturday. So make sure you're tuned in. We're going to be playing a new game. We call it Florida Man Fridays, where we give you some Florida headlines, and you got to be like, that one's the bogus one. Easy as that.
They're not easy because this state, it's tough. There was a young kid who was celebrating his birthday, and he went from Ohio to Vegas, and he hit a big jackpot, $365,000. Obviously, they're, putting it all over the place, but it was the weekend of his birthday. Could you imagine if he went the night before and won the jackpot, and he wasn't 21? Wow, imagine that. I wonder how they would have handled that. So he won $362,000 playing Texas Hold'em. And he was 21, and it was his birthday weekend. What a great way to have a weekend in Vegas and to win that kind of money, which is great. God bless him. He played this one hand, and they all came in for him. I'm not a card player, never was, but you can have situations like that, obviously, where you can get in, and guess what? You win it all. But could you imagine that, Jimmy, if it wasn't his birthday, like a day short? Ooh, man. Ooh. I don't think he gets paid.
Well, he wouldn't... So how does that work? You got to be 21
to be in a casino,
right? To be in a casino,
but they don't card you.
I wonder if that's the whole thing, right? It's whether or not it's not like a bar where you sit down, you order a drink, and they immediately card you. So,
I don't think he would have got the money if he was 20. I think they would have been like a technical. How
can they, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's illegal for him to be playing,
and he knows it is,
right.
Now I don't know. Like you always, it's Vegas. I don't know if the poker room is different than the casino. I'm not 100% sure, but I wouldn't think so. I think it's
I've
20.
seen where people get carded, right, in the casino, but usually they have multiple entrances, and it's not like you walk through like next to a concierge or something like that, and they can check it. So, and of course, the casinos in Vegas much better than I've never been, so I don't know what it's like out there anymore. Just going into a casino, do they funnel people in one way now to check?
No. It's rare that they. Well, first of all, you're allowed in a casino if you're not betting. You can walk through, obviously, or check it out. But if you come to a table, then if they have any thoughts that you're too young, they would card you right there. Now, if they don't, they don't. I don't know.
21 for everything to play, like, slots and everything?
From what I know, yeah. Bahamas is 18, but Vegas is 21.
Okay.
But, I mean, what a weekend. You go to, for a while, go out there, celebrate your birthday, and you win a big Texas Hold'em toy. So, great story. But me and my friends were asking, like, man, imagine if it was a couple days before and he was 20 at the time and he won that. What would happen? And he probably wouldn't have gotten a dime. I mean, that's what ended up happening. But interesting. Kid had a good birthday. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure they threw a woman in there, and it made it a perfect weekend for the kid. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Roller coaster day. You got a favorite one that you love as a kid and still around? Give us a call about it. Jim, we have somebody at home?
We do. We have Breland on the line. Breland's checking in with the Penthouse. What's going on today, buddy?
Oh, yeah. I just want to actually debunk that myth. The actual legend has been debunked by pianist Billy Beck of the Ohio Players. That was him making that scream.
All right, well.
So that was him making that scream. He's like, what do people do when they go down a roller coaster? They scream.
They do.
So, yeah, that was me.
All right, well, thank you for debunking that. That was the first time I've ever heard that before, that rumor.
The other one sounded good.
So I guess that's all it is just a rumor.
So that's all it was. It was just, how, you do like a little streak while, like, you're going down the coast.
Yeah.
People do that streak because they don't have enough air. So, that was him. That was him.
All right. Well, thank you for setting us straight.
Thank you very much. And thank you for listening.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Have a good day, buddy. How about that, huh?
Yeah, just like that.
Let's see here. I did hear this. This is Franny. We did not. But did you mention the great white singer Jack Russell passed yesterday? We did not. And I believe like in the just 60s, early 60s, very young. Then we have a benefit this weekend because I said, hey, you can always let us know if you got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
47142 says there will be a benefit for a local guy who suffered a serious health setback. He's completely unable to work, and medical bills and general bills are just piling up. So the benefit will be from 1 to 5 tomorrow, and it is at the Crazy Horse Saloon. That is right there, North Lake Boulevard. I am very familiar with that place.
Oh, it's right up here, yeah.
Yeah, it's right across from where I live. Yeah,
That's
very close.
The Bills one?
Yep, it's a Bills bar.
Yeah, they
got that beef on wick. Nice. I had my first beef on wick in Buffalo. Delicious. But they said it is right there, Publix Plaza, just west of I-95. There's going to be a raffle for a bunch of cool prizes. Please come out and help out. My buddy really needs it. Thank you. So there you go.
I don't know if you mentioned this in the weekend. The Dolphins are home tomorrow night. They're playing Washington. So if you guys want to get tickets, I'm sure you could still get tickets.
I did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you mention it?
I believe so, yep.
It's a 7 o'clock game, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it is 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Miami is playing tomorrow night, and they are big favorites tomorrow night, actually. I think the line went up to 5.
Yeah, quite a jump. I think it was only 1.5 yesterday, if I remember right, doing trifecta.
Yeah, and I think they, I think what Daniels isn't playing or somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say, more than likely they announced somebody was playing or somebody wasn't playing, and of course that's going to affect the line quite a bit in preseason.
Yeah, that stadium, I was down there yesterday. I mean, it is just unbelievable, all the stuff they have down there. The track's still up. Obviously, you have the stadium, and then you got the tennis courts. It's just unbelievable, the stuff they have. And then they have those rides that take you in the air around the stadium. They've done a great job. They really have. And it's always immaculate. It really is.
Yeah, I'm excited to get out there this season.
Laying 4.5 against Washington. Money line, minus 250.
Ooh,
I want to put out, okay, so my husband and I were talking with this, I won't say where we were at, but we were talking with one of the bartenders, and her daughter she's young, 7 years old, and they do performances before the Dolphins game during preseason this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So they have a bunch of dance troops go, but there is a lady from California who organizes this, and then she gets in touch with local dance troops for wherever they're going to be at, and she sets them up to where they can perform before the Dolphins games, typically just preseason, but cute. You see a bunch of young girls dancing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, what a racket this woman has. So she gets some. And then she tells the parents, all right, for $45, we'll get you the seats to the game, best view of the house. Make sure that you're there so you can watch your kids, blah, 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 blah. So tickets to and also the seats, you'll get to stay for the game, right? For $45.
Okay. So it's
$45.
That's inexpensive.
Right.
So all the parents are like, cool, whatever, sign me up. We'll love to do that. $45. And so but at the time, you don't know where you're going to sit. You're just trusting this woman to say like, hey, best view in the house. So then they eventually get the email with where they're going to be in their tickets. And she said that they are on the opposing side, not the side where they're going to be performing.
Okay.
And the very last row in the 300 level.
Wow.
The very last row.
Best seats in the house.
So she looked it up. Those seats for preseason are going for $7. What a racket! What I was like, you parents.
She's got to make money.
I was like, you parents need to get together and like cause a parent mob. And she was like, I was like, have you said anything? She was like, no. She's like, but we're all in our groups, talking, and we're all upset. I was like, I would. $45 she's charging them for seats that are $7, saying, oh, they're going to be the best. She said it is the last row in the stadium.
What a scam.
What a scam.
That's terrible.
That's tough.
And she said that there's a bunch of troops. It's not just this, and there's 20 little girls in that one. A bunch of troops from South Florida that this woman put together. So she's probably making over $1,000.
Not to mention
Easy.
that their kids are facing the other direction, right?
They're on the opposing side.
Right.
The kids are on the Dolphin side. So you're going to be
they'll get a good view of the field.
You're going to get their back, first of all, and they're going to look like little ants.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, man, I would be furious.
So does a Goodyear blimp. I think it's a good view of the field, too.
I was like, what a racket this woman's got going on. And she does this all across the country.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Not for long.
No.
$45.
I would put her on blast.
Yeah.
Social media, something like, don't trust this lady.
Sure.
But she's, putting the whole thing together. She's entitled to make some money. I mean, $38 a ticket's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. But that sucks.
I don't think so.
But the kids are on the
the
field.
promise is you're going to have the best view of kids. Like,
The kids are on the field, though. That's a big thing. I mean,
and you don't even get to videotape or take pictures of them.
She sets it up with the team, though, to
I don't
have them
know.
participate, or the kids are already participating outside of whatever this
I think
woman
she
is doing.
sets it up. I do, to have them participate. I do. But,
Now, was
but
that
I don't know if there's she makes money off of selling T-shirts. And I mean, there's all this kind of stuff that she makes money doing.
Okay.
And I don't know if initially, I think there was a cost for them to have her or to have their kids do this too, on top of the $45 for the best seats in the house.
It sucks. I mean, she's definitely making some money, but some people might look at it as she's entitled to it. She puts everything, and the kids are going on.
But I said
field.
there was also money to get their kids into it too.
Yeah. Oh,
the $45 was, this is what I'm giving to have the best seats in the house to watch your kids.
That's separate. That
Yes.
seems to be a
Yes.
separate part of it. Right?
I thought the whole thing was $45.
No.
Well, then she's screwing them.
Big time. Quickly, 47142 started off with Real Radio. We got a few things here. It says, hey guys, longtime listener. According to Vegas Vacation, the casino will take your money without checking IDs. But buy when you win the check. IDs, I don't know what this means. It says buy when you win, they check. But maybe, okay, but when you win, probably a voice to text. When you win, they check, LOL. So it says,
okay, so
does that make sense?
Right. So in other words, I think what the texter's probably trying to say is they're okay taking your money as long as you're
Yes.
underage, but if
There you go.
in order to pay out, they'll say
Yep.
nope.
There you go. Yep. They said they'll take your money without checking IDs,
Right.
but when you win, they check. Yep.
Okay.
And then we have Tampa Bay Busch Gardens has some of the best roller coasters, in my opinion. Thanks. Love you guys, Adam. Thank you, Adam, for participating. And they do have great coasters. I was in a casino in Tahoe when I was 18. I played a $1 slot machine at like 6 a.m. I played the max bet, which was about $12 on this machine. I hit for $3K.
Nice.
I went to the bathroom while the machine was still buzzing, and my cousin next to me collected the money because I was underage, right? I was amazed that they paid it, but hey, I bought breakfast at Harrah's Rooftop Buffet. Great trip, and Lake Tahoe is one of the most beautiful places in the world for sure. I agree. It is gorgeous over there. And then I went to a casino with with my. With my.
My, you coming or what?
My in Atlantic City. All right, with my in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I was only 17. Maybe it was my mom. There we go. Mom sat at her favorite slot machine while I ventured around, losing $200 on various games. It wasn't until I was broke that someone approached me and asked for my ID. They're like, seriously?
Now you ask me?
Now?
You just took
Do
my
you let
200.
me lose all this money?
I'm underage. I can have my 200 back.
Yeah, right.
I want my $200 back. Oh, wow. Those are unbelievable situations that happen. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're going to come back with some fun facts and a lot more. We'll be back. Peace.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there. On our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
So far, so good along your expressways this morning. 95 the Turnpike continues to be accident-free, flowing freely as well. Got some road work here. That'll be on Lakeview Avenue, westbound after Flagler Drive, blocking your left lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. Hurricane season is here again, and I urge everyone to stay vigilant. Pay close attention to local weather updates and ensure your hurricane kits are prepared with the essentials that you need, like water, food, and medications. Remember, your safety is our priority, but let's stay safe together.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva. Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Text KID to 200-300 to find out more. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. That's right. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. Text KID to 200-300 if you'd like to discuss a lawsuit. Text KID to 200-300.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Crow. Some pockets of showers onshore this morning, but most of them will push inland or fizzle out by the time we get to mid-afternoon. We could see a few more showers and storms pop up west of I-95 this afternoon and evening, but those showers will be few and far between. Highs this afternoon in the upper 80s.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Yo, Penthouse. You guys are just talking about these roller coasters. I don't know if you guys remember this place in Vernon Valley, New Jersey. It's called Action Park. I like to refer to it as Traction Park. Okay, this place was freaking nuts. Every single ride pushed it to the limit, and you almost died when you were there. They shut down in '96 after there was 3 drownings, 1 electrocution, 1 heart attack, and 1 fatal head injury.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
This is it. I'm trying to get my little sweater here, and it's giving me a hard time. It's fighting back, Jimmy. It's fighting back. It is The Penthouse on a Friday. Hope you guys are having a good day. And we got the Greek Zone today. We're talking about preseason football, a little WNBA, and the NFL and baseball. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon. And yes, Jeremy, I was at Action Park many times up in Vernon Valley, New Jersey. And matter of fact, I think I still got some scars on my knees from the Alpine slide that they have up there, or had up there. I think, didn't that place burn down, I think?
There was a spoof movie, if you didn't see it, called Action Point, and it starred Johnny Knoxville. Did you watch that one? Yeah,
I've heard about it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but they are 100% poking fun. And there's also a documentary, if you've not watched it, that came out in 2020 called Class Action Park.
Yeah. Oh, wow. A lot of lawsuits against that place.
Class Action Park.
But thank you for that memory, Jeremy, and you're absolutely right.
It is The Penthouse on a Friday afternoon, so now we got some fun facts.
It's Freddy's Fun Facts.
All right. Well, Jeremy did bring up roller coasters because it is National Roller Coaster Day. It's also National Work From Home for Wellness Day. We missed that memo, right? It's Hawaiian Shirt Day. Also missed that memo. Let's see. What else we got? It is Kool-Aid Day. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
National Men's Grooming Day. And it is a couple more. National Rum Day. Enjoy yourself a nice rum cocktail today. National Tell a Joke Day. Horse walks into the bar. The bartender says, "Why the long face?"
Wacka wacka.
And of course, it's National Roller Coaster Day. Since it's National Joke Day, you can also text us some funny jokes. We enjoy those. So let's get into some fun facts about roller coasters.
Oh, yeah.
And the first one here, the fastest is called the Formula Rossa in Ferrari World. Sounds like it would be fast, right? This is in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi.
Where's that?
That's like...
Dubai?
Yeah, around there, yes.
I knew that.
It's next to Alaska, actually.
Can you go there by a bridge?
Formula Rossa Ferrari World. It goes 149 miles per hour.
Damn.
Jesus. They also have early roller coasters were inspired by the 17th century Russian ice slides. Tallest coaster is called King da Ka.
King da who?
King da Ka in Six Flags Great Adventure, and that is in Jackson, New Jersey, 456 feet.
Excuse me, where is that?
That's in Jackson, New Jersey.
What's it called?
King da Ka.
Yeah, it's called Great Adventure.
Oh, why did they say, Six Flags Great Adventure?
Yeah, Six Flags. Nick, get that Six Flags stuff out of here.
It's Six Flags is like, yo, we purchased it. Six Flags Great Adventure. Then we have that chain noise you hear on the ride up the hill.
Is a chain.
It's a safety device is what it says. So if you don't hear it, you're probably not safe. You don't hear like click, 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 click,
Oh, man, that's like when you're landing. If you don't hear the wheels, you're like, oh, God.
Oh, God.
Like, what's happening?
So there is also the steepest roller coaster is the Takabisha in Fuji Q Highland. That is Fuji Yoshida, Yamanashi, Japan.
Oh, you did that well.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. 121-degree drop. Whoa.
Wow, that's
I'm
a
looking
drop.
at that now. Oh, whoa. That thing looks intense. The first, which is Switchback Railway, Coney Island, 1884, 50 feet tall with a max speed of 6 miles per hour. That thing was cruising, huh?
I like that.
They said, and people would ride it sideways. Like, literally, it looks like a bench sitting sideways.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's the one I want to be on.
Longest, Steel Dragon, 2000 in Nagashima Spa Land. That's also, it's in Mai Prefecture, Japan. 8,133 feet this one is. The most loops, the Smiler at Alton Towers in Staffordshire, UK. Staffordshire. Let's see, what else we got? The famous roller coaster designer, Ron Toomer, which is interesting. He suffered from motion sickness.
Wow. And he made a roller coaster.
Those weird things like that.
Yeah,
huh?
they said riding his
love
own
that.
coasters only once or twice a year. He was once quoted as saying, "I've ridden enough to know what they're like. I'm
Yep.
good.
I'll design it.
I'm good."
You ride it.
Yep, and there you go for some interesting fun facts when it comes to roller coasters.
That fastest one that you mentioned there, there was what, 130 or 140
It was
miles
like
an hour?
169, I think,
169.
right?
The Velocicoaster is 70, at least according to Wiki.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's double. It's over double the speed of the Velocicoaster.
Did your skin even stay on your body?
Yeah,
I feel like it
how's
was like, God.
You gotta have goggles or something on for that, right?
I'm with
you. Can't wear that without a helmet. Holy
Kind of like
smokes.
challenge accepted. Let's go.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse on a Friday. If you have a favorite roller coaster that you just loved as a kid, or maybe now, let us know. It doesn't have to be in Florida. It could be someplace else that you went to and you're like, man, I loved it. The thrill was always there. Getting married is a big step. Well, it should be. I know, Franny, you had some stories about reasons guys called off
Yeah,
weddings.
typically we hear about the women calling it off. Now we're hearing about men. I know, G-Man, you did a few weddings, right? So you can add to this if you want.
Sure. Hey.
So we have, and this is very close to the wedding day. We're not saying, and I'm just going to go through a couple of these because there's some really sad ones.
I wasn't close. Though.
Yeah.
I was like the day before.
So this one says, I'm a groom who called off the marriage. The bride told me 3 things the day of our marriage, all right? This is the day of. She wanted a limo. All right, no big deal. She didn't want to have sex with one person for the rest of her life.
Wow.
And
that could be a problem.
And she thought she might be a lesbian.
That could be a problem,
Yeah.
too.
So he was like, all right, so this ain't happening. Day of the wedding.
Those other 2 things can be worked out. The limo might be a problem.
The limo, I think, was the easiest out of all of those.
She might be a lesbian? When did you figure that out?
Oh, my God. Yep. So we're just
I might be.
Yeah, I might be. And, I have to have sex with one person for the rest of my life? Nope. A couple of weeks ago, I went paintballing for a bachelor party a week before the wedding. When I arrived, I found the groom and said, hey, I get the feeling this will be the last time I ever get to see you. He replied, don't count on it. I'm calling off the wedding. I laughed. He didn't. They said, to be fair, I think it was probably a good thing. The guy had gotten engaged after a year of dating. They said giving up meat for his fiance. And he was like, and pretty much just dropped off the face of the earth after he started dating her. He said, whenever I suggested that rushing into getting married was a bad idea, he'd be like, sometimes when you know, you just know. He was like, I guess sometimes when you know, you really don't know.
You don't know. Wow.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. And I know people who have given up. Like, I know a guy specifically who he's turned vegan because of a woman, and they're married and have 2 beautiful kids, and he seems sad.
Very sad.
Oh, well, I think
That's what happens when you give up.
I'm kidding.
I thought you were going to say, oh, my God, he's
No,
so happy.
He's great. I kid. But you can tell he misses meat. No, he's got a great.
I bet he sneaks it from time to
he's
time.
got a great marriage.
That's tough. Like, if somebody
But
comes
she's
in.
a chef, too, so I'm sure whatever she cooks vegan is probably delicious, but you got to be like, God, I want a steak.
I've never had anybody say it to me, like, you got to give up. Have you, Jim? Like something?
I don't know if he did. I think it was just easier for him to do it. I don't think she's not that kind of person. Be like, you become vegan. I think he just did it.
I had one that said I couldn't go to hookers anymore, so I guess it's kind of the same, right?
Is that a breaker for you?
I can't. No, it wasn't a deal breaker. I was able to work through it. I'm trying to think if there was nothing major. I don't think I ever remember having to give up anything major.
Yeah. Don't make me give up anything.
no,
you know,
but-
I ain't changing.
I couldn't imagine
Nice.
that, giving up
I love that.
meat or changing over like a major diet like that. Yeah.
We have an old friend of mine called off his wedding because he found out she'd slept with some dude at her bachelorette party the weekend before. Right, makes sense.
Yeah.
But he waited until the day of the wedding to call it off because he wanted her to have to explain it to her family.
Right, okay.
Most of them had to fly into town for the wedding. Ouchies, ouchies.
That hurts.
Uh-huh.
Can't we just get along?
She deserved it.
This one.
I thought you were going to go with your standard line, Jimmy.
They said we were together for 7 years and we're getting married in a few months. We'd already bought a house, started, tying our lives together. She was emotionally distant for some time, but I ignored it. Like a fool in love, he says. Eventually, I noticed that she was spending significant time chatting with a guy she met on World of Warcraft. She was also taking phone calls from a friend in private. I called her on it, and our wedding was called off the very next day, doing it while gaming. Says my mom was
Who
engaged.
called it off, though?
He did.
He did. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to do because some of these are very long and we don't have time for all that. A friend of mine attended a wedding, where a groom waited till his fiance arrived at the altar. Then he pulled a huge red fabric letter A out of his pocket and pinned it to the front of her dress right in front of everybody and walked out of the church without a word.
Wow. What do you mean?
You never heard of scarlet letter? The A means
no.
adultery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. You knew that, right? The A?
Oh, yeah.
Scarlet letter. Yeah. Yep. Adultery. So he did it right in front of everybody and just walked out silently.
Wow.
Bye.
That must have been a very uncomfortable silence at that wedding.
I'd be like, where are you going?
What are you doing? Oh, he's pinning a nice
corsage,
flower or
yeah.
some corsage or something on her. And
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her name was Anne. She needed an aspirin. I don't know. That's crazy.
Maybe. But let's see. We can see if we end it one more. 35 years ago, I called off my wedding. I was a young naval officer and set to marry the woman I'd fallen in love with at college. I got cold feet 3 days before the event and canceled it. It wasn't because I had second thoughts about her. It was the stupid idea that I thought I could be either a good husband or a good submarine officer. She said I didn't think I could do both. About 9 months later, I got a call from her about 1,000 miles away and found out that she had a new boyfriend. It devastated me. I did everything I could to regain her confidence, but it took me almost a year. But guess what? They ended up being together after the fact and got married. So that's a good one.
Oh, all right.
Yep, they have 3 sons together and couldn't be happier.
Oh, nice.
I figured I'd end with a nice one.
That's awesome.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, you know what that means? That's perfect timing for us to get into this hour's Greek Misspeak in Review. Look at that. It's 12:15. It's time for it. Here is a new one. And if you're keeping track at home, this is number 234.
This is your Greek Misspeak
It is this week, so cash is king. We got to pay the donuts.
But how much is this going to cost us?
877-927-6969. If you've ever partaken in this,
is that something that should be encouraged?
Don't forget, at 1:35, I give out recipes and directions on WWG.
It's a common mistake.
Not the first one I've made today.
Houston and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -1. Excuse me. So Houston's getting 1.5.
And I'm telling you something is off.
Prenups always get people sideways.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
Yeah,
And it is a trendy sport. Teams will lose and win.
Fergus, come on, let's go home, boy.
So preseason football kicks off last week, and a new rule we never found out that it's 55 minutes a game has to go.
What did you do when they found out?
They never did.
Florida State, Texas A&M, Georgia, and LSU. Last 4 games. If that's not a juggling-off, I don't know what is.
What are you doing over there? Nothing. I was just trying to play hard, like Pete Rose.
I'm going to jug it off later.
Birds! Very interesting there. I got to call you back. I'm in the middle of, I'm not even going to say it.
Jugging off.
Jugging off.
Jugging off.
Jugging off.
With a G. Jugging off.
Jugging off. All right, that's good. Franny, I know you have another story about, I don't see how this wouldn't affect me, obviously, because I really don't care about anything.
Because I don't care about anything?
I don't
All
know.
right.
I really don't care. I mean, how could you let like an election become in between a good
I don't
piece of
care about
ass? Anybody. I mean, that's unbelievable. You're going to let politics ruin a good piece of ass? But I know you got the story.
Have you seen the world that we live in? I mean, unfortunately, politics can ruin a lot of things. But they're saying how the election is affecting people's dating lives. All right. So this is at Yahoo Finance. And, we have an election year going on. And politics are dominating the news, our conversations, and even disrupting our dating lives, according to new research. And a new survey from dating.com looks at the impact of the upcoming presidential election on dating habits, relationships of American singles, and it finds some major deal breakers. And I will let you know what those are. So the poll of daters revealed politics are definitely not off limits on dating apps, as 72% of respondents have engaged in politically charged conversation. That's a lot, 72%. Politically charged conversations with a match since the debate between Biden and Trump back in June. They also say singles aren't shy about sharing the political affiliation. There's recently been a 15% increase in daters adding their political parties to their dating profiles. So you see what it is right from the profile.
Mm-hmm.
I say, but just because someone supports a different candidate doesn't mean they're out of the running for a date. As 55% of those surveyed say they'd still be interested in dating someone with opposing political views. Still not a lot. I mean, that's only 55%. I mean, I just don't understand. But to each his own, right? But one thing that could give someone the ick in an instant, not voting. As 68% wouldn't be interested in dating somebody who doesn't vote at all.
At all, right?
Yeah.
And that was the number that kind of jumped out at me the most out of all of this.
Yep. Candidates, they say ages have been a hot topic this year, but for 62% of daters, age doesn't matter when it comes to their potential partners, which is all right, good. In general, a majority of respondents who identify as Democrats are looking for matches that are open-minded, describe themselves as global citizens and well-traveled. A majority of those who identify Republicans say they're most interested in potential partner who's described themselves as hardworking and family-oriented. And they say overall, just a lot of Americans are just tired of politics invading every aspect of their lives, including 60% of respondents who say they turn to online dating to escape from politics and have happy distractions.
How's that escaping?
A little bit of irony there, isn't it? That last little piece there.
Yep.
I specifically had a little check mark against that just to say, hey, well, that's pretty wild, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm not surprised. Obviously, this was done, prior to Kamala Harris being put in as the Democratic nominee, because this was obviously talking about Biden. Because I noticed that all about the, how the age wasn't a thing, but obviously that's out now. But I'll tell you what, I'll be happy when November gets here.
Yeah.
Just to get away from this.
And the study,
it's everywhere.
They looked at over 60 online dating sites, so it wasn't just one. But they looked at a bunch of them to get these numbers.
Would either one of you guys not date somebody? We know you're married, both. But would you not date somebody if they had a difference of politics? Would it be, and in the beginning, obviously.
I married somebody who, Matt and I are
totally different?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously that's great to hear. Jimmy, how about you?
It would be tough if it was complete opposite.
Okay.
I'm pretty open-minded about a lot of different things, so I can kind of roll with the punches on some things. But some people that are like really hardcore, I might have a little difficult time.
And that's the thing, we're both not.
Right?
We're both not. We support different political parties, but we're not hardcore either.
Right.
So it's never in our face. In the beginning, a little bit, and then and I think when we first started dating, it was during a presidential. I think, because I remember, and we would get in kind of little spats, and so we decided, you know what?
Don't talk about
No more talking politics with each other.
Yeah. Well,
and we've been good about it.
There you go.
That's smart.
I think that's so. Yeah. So the answer to is yes.
877-927-6969. If you met somebody and you liked them, and you found out they had different political views than you, would you still date them? I mean, or would you be like, nah, I can't do it. I do have two friends that will not date anybody who are not in the same party. And very strong about it. A guy and a girl. I have another friend who will not date anybody who got the COVID shot. And when they told me this, it blows my mind. I really don't care, but I just that sounds like whack-jack to me, but that's them. And they're happy, 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to give us a call. Or you can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. A lot of things on the table always, but you guys can always bring something up also. Whatever you like to bring to the table, opinion, a thought, maybe something going on in your life. Don't forget the Dolphins are home tomorrow night. They're taking on Washington. You could also listen to the Dolphins all season long on 101.7. You get the Dolphins on 101.7 up in the Treasure Coast. All the action and all the plays on 101.7 Real Radio is the home of the Gators, and we start on the 31st, and that will be the Gators against the Canes. And that'll kick off at 12:30, I believe, is a pregame. Is that correct, Jim?
I believe so. Yeah, it's a 12:30 pregame with a 3:30 kickoff for that one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you got to see any of the game last night, the Eagles.
I didn't. No, I didn't watch.
And the new kickoff.
I'll be honest with you. I never was, and it had nothing to do with this year or any changes. I just typically don't. I'm not in football mode yet. Usually it's week one I'll start getting into it.
Yeah, most people don't. I watch it because I got bets on it. But anyway, last night was the first time I saw the new kickoff rule really benefit somebody. New England had a nice break, and he went like 60 yards.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got past that first line, things that we talked about. Right. There's a new rule in the NFL. Check it out with the kickoffs.
A lot of new rules this year, but go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, and they're lined up right on top of each other, 5 yards apart, but they can't come at each other until the guy receives the ball. But last night was the first time I saw a guy break one, and it, like with the things we talked about, he got past that first line. Right. There was nobody there.
Okay, and if I remember right, all right, so we're just kind of talking this one through. Nobody on that front line, so it's just like a line of scrimmage, like on a regular play, but nobody can move until the ball is touched or kicked.
I thought it was when it's touched.
It's touched, all right.
I think.
So the receiver, there's two receivers in the zone.
Yeah.
In the landing zone.
Yeah, and it has to go in there.
One on each side of the field. And then whoever once that they touch it, then
kicks in.
People can move. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was the first time. It's only been a couple weeks, obviously, that's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that was the first one last night I saw New England. The guy made a nice move, and he broke it to the outside. And that's something I think is going to happen a lot more as the season goes on. I just do. But we'll see. I'm sure a team's going to be trying to figure it out, trying to stop them.
And there's some good explanations of the entire rule because it is. There's a little bit more to it than even that. I mean, because it depends like where the ball goes and where the ball might end up automatically, right? Yeah. So if it's kicked into the end zone, it ends up on the 30-yard line, I think it is.
I think it's the 30.
But there's there's different placements, right? There's another scenario where it would start on a 20-yard line. There's another scenario where it would start on a 40-yard line. And then of course the receiver can also just grab it and run, right? Yeah. So and then wherever it ends up too. So it is a pretty detailed rule. It's not just pretty simple. There's a lot to it.
And onside kick, you can only do in the fourth quarter if you're behind.
That still blows me away.
Yeah, I think that's terrible. I don't like that.
That is terrible. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it just takes away all the the mystique. And if they want to do something, even the second quarter, you score a touchdown, maybe you want to get them off the
And you have to be losing too.
I think they said you got to be losing in the fourth quarter.
Man, that's wild.
I could be wrong, but that's what I thought I read. That you first of all you have to tell the referee. That I know.
Well, that's
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You have to tell the ref, and then secondly, you could only do it in the fourth quarter, which I knew, which I think makes no sense either. Yeah. And I thought it was that you have to be behind, but I could be mistaken. A couple different rules, but last night was the first time in the game, Patriots where they made a move.
Nothing on. Never. Have you seen anything on the new tackle?
No,
rule?
I was watching that last night, and I didn't see one of them.
A couple of the highlights that I have seen, I've noticed that it looks like these guys are trying to grab one arm around their waist and the other around their shoulder. So then that, obviously if you bring them down from that point, it's illegal. It's a legal tackle, right? And for those that don't know, this year, one of the rules that they implemented was you can't grab a guy by his waist and drag him down to the ground now.
It's different. I mean, again, it's only 2 weeks. I haven't seen any calls on that. And last night was the first time I saw a kickoff that was affected, where they benefited.
Right.
It is the Penthouse. It is a Friday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Don't forget, we're going to have a giveaway for you at 12:45. And we're coming back with a trifecta and a lot more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Channel3000.com, which probably
sounds fake as hell, doesn't it?
Probably more of a local thing over there.
Tune into Channel 3000.
I've never had a cable box go that high. Channel 3000.
That would be a real son of a bitch. You're like, oh, God, channel up, channel up.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Own the moment with the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. Wear timeless styles with technology that lets you listen to music, capture pictures and videos, live stream, make a hands-free call or text, and even ask Meta AI questions on the go, all while you stay present in the moment.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Lunchtime drive up to speed along the Palm Beaches expressways are looking good. No major delays or incidents on the Turnpike or 95. We do have major roadwork, Military Trail North, before Belvedere, right lane blocked. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Whether you're hanging by the pool, playing some golf, or just kicking it in South Florida, you want to make every occasion a party? Well, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Make sure that's on your party's list. When you have Tito's, it's a good night that turns into a great night. Tito's Handmade Vodka helps any party become a great party. Pick up a bottle today of Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace.
Another insurance story from...
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Shh. Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Shh.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah! Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah, 5 years! It's 5 years of gig speed internet. High five for gig speed. 5 years of advanced security. Security win. And 5 years of a great rate that won't change. Our rate ain't changing. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. There it is. He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Woohoo! Now he's got savings. I'm so excited. Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets Storm Smart. Since 1996, Storm Smart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty. Because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals utilize their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Medical marijuana made easy. Get approved for your card today at mmjhealth.com.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Curl. Some pockets of showers onshore this morning, but most of them will push inland or fizzle out by the time we get to mid-afternoon. We could see a few more showers and storms pop up west of I-95 this afternoon and evening, but those showers will be few and far between. Highs this afternoon in the upper 80s.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend, all commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Friday. Hope you guys are having a good day and getting ready for the weekend. It's supposed to be a nice weekend. Today might be a little mush, but then you got 2 days that are supposed to be sunny, bright, and full of cheer. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hola.
And it's time for a lunchtime trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, he's retired. It's official. Tom Brady, he's going to be with Fox starting in a couple of weeks. First game against the Browns and Dallas. But he says he still keeps dropping hints that he can still get out there and go toe-to-toe with these young bucks in the NFL. Jimmy, do you think he'll ever come back, or is this it? Is he done?
No, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, I think
he likes to say that he's still in shape to play, but which he is.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could still play if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think so, too. What about you, Fran? You think he's coming back, or you think he's done?
I think he's done.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's finished. I think he just throws it out there and says it. But you never know. Anything could happen. But I think that he is, as far as I think, we all think, I think he's done. But Brady's Brady. You never know with something. Somebody gives him an offer late in the season. Who knows if he want to come back? And who knows if he's going to like broadcasting? Maybe he's just like, I don't really like this. The NFL last night, there was a preseason game, and the Eagles did beat the Patriots 14-13. So hats off to them. They ended up 15-13. Excuse me. They ended up getting a 2-point conversion at the end, and they ended up getting a big W. And the Eagles, under the new coach, the last 3 years, it's only the second time they've won a preseason game because he usually doesn't care about anything. But they played good last night on both sides of the ball, and a strong second half to give them a win. If you want to go see your Miami Dolphins tomorrow night, they're home. That's right. They're at the Hard Rock Stadium. Beautiful stadium. It's one of the nicest stadiums, I got to say, probably in the league. The newer ones are unbelievable. The Hard Rock has everything. I was there yesterday. It is so cool. It really is a beautiful property. But they're playing in Washington tomorrow night, and you could still get tickets. John Madden, they're making a movie about his life, and Nicolas Cage is going to portray John Madden. I am still shocked about that, but that's who's going to do it, Nicolas Cage. And that is your trifecta for noon. Peace.
What, Caliendo wasn't available?
I thought Caliendo would have been great. That's surprised. I was thinking, like, why they got Caliendo?
You ever wonder about that? Like, him or, other people that do impersonations like that, actually playing a character in a movie, I don't know how often do we ever see that?
Not really that often.
I don't think you ever see it. I think a lot of times when they're making fun, usually when they're doing like an impression of somebody, it's somebody relevant. And a lot of times movies seem to get made about people when they're older, like 20, 30 years or they're past.
Sure.
So
and I think a lot of the people that do the impressions are also comedians, and they're making jokes and, making fun of them as well. So obviously that's a little different than something like this where I don't think that they would want anybody to make fun of John Madden. No. It's going to be a serious a little bit more on the serious side. I'm sure there'll be some humor to it because, John was a very comical guy. He had his moments of laughter as well.
Oh, yeah. He was always in a good mood, a lot of fun, great personality. But here's a guy whose career really took off unbelievable in the next level. Started with those Miller Lite commercials where he would break out of the thing and be like, hey, wait a minute, there's less filling. And from there, went to, little by little, and ended up, he was the first one on Fox.
It's funny, we talk about, too, his storied career as a coach. Was he ever a player, too?
I don't know.
You would think, right?
I don't know, John.
Did he play?
I don't think he played.
No? Okay.
Yeah. At the time, I remember reading about him a while ago one night. I know he was the youngest coach at that time when he coached in the 60s for the Raiders.
Right.
When Al Davis made him coach. And I think he has the best winning percentage per 100 games in the NFL.
Per 100? Okay, because I took a quick look at that earlier, and it was somebody else was the highest. But, it was only because it was somebody from way, way, way back.
Yeah, Madden had it for the modern era, the Super Bowl era, as you want to say.
Yeah.
And
it was him. Yep.
And I also think it was per 100 games. And I think he was the head coach of the Raiders, I don't know, I'm guessing 8, 9, maybe 10 years off the top of my head. But, just so unique, became a television star, obviously, with the Madden and then the whole thing with the bus and then the game. There were so many elements there. Started Fox when he went over there with Pat Summerall and, just did it all. I don't know anybody who really had a bad word to say about him. And he was very knowledgeable about the game. He really was. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show.
Well, this guy is not getting Father of the Year. Check out what this dimwit did. A 3-year-old child had to be rescued from a car that was baking in the sun because dad was visiting a prostitute.
Oh, Jesus.
This happened in Germany. We're told about the dehydrated. So somebody let police know in this local town in Germany that a dehydrated boy was sitting in a car. He was sweating profusely. The car was said to be parked in direct sunlight, and the infant was helped by a passerby, and they called authorities, which were able to break into the vehicle and get the youngster out, and they quickly gave him some water. So for the good part here is the boy is okay.
Thank God.
That's good to hear.
He was taken to a hospital before his mother was informed. Police discovered her fiance parked in the car. He came back to the car about an hour and a half later because, they were playing pinochle. He told police he had been there to see a friend and borrow some money and eventually returned to the car. Like I said, about an hour and a half later, he was arrested, report state, before he was charged for a breach of duty of care and upbringing, as well as negligent body harm. But yeah, that guy's going to go away for a while. But what a dimwit, right?
Mm-hmm. Not good.
Nah.
That's sad. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you guys want to get involved, you can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
So we can get into a little bit of this before our giveaway, and we will give you the cue to call. These are some celebrities who said they were really disappointed when they met their celebrity idols. Now, you may not be familiar with the name. His name is Rob Hubel, but if you look at him, you're like, yeah, he's a comedian. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he was Late Night with Seth Meyers, and he's talking about a story where he wanted to be Chevy Chase. Like, he said, I grew up his biggest fan. My brother and I knew every line to Fletch. Everything. He said, I never get starstruck, but he was at the Upright Citizens Brigade and we were going to do the show together. And so I thought, all right, well, I got to say hi to him, right? So he said, so I went up to him and I was like, dude, I'm a big fan. I just want to say. And he said, Chevy just hauled off and slapped me across the face.
Slapped
so hard.
him?
I mean, it was like I saw red.
Really?
My first instinct was to be like, is that a joke? To be like punching noises and just like defend myself. And then he kind of made a joke like, hey, can't you see I'm talking to somebody, kid?
Wow.
And a lot of people thought, oh, that's not cool, Chevy. But for me, he was my hero. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. I just got slapped in the face by Chevy Chase.
Thank you.
Yeah, but can you imagine out of nowhere just be like, hey, dude, I'm a huge fan just because he was talking to somebody. And he doesn't know this guy. Just
turn around and slapped
him.
That's sad.
I agree.
And I'm shocked. Chevy another one seems cool.
I've heard.
Oh, I've heard some bad things
too.
about him. Yeah, he's got a bad reputation at moments, certain moments, right?
Maybe he was drinking.
Maybe. But yes, I have heard this too. If you have any, maybe you met somebody and you're just like, man, they weren't as cool. But these are celebrities talking about celebrities that they have met. And they're like, not so cool. Here we go. I'm trying to find some that you may actually know the name of because some of these are pretty obscure. Here, we'll go to Jersey Shore. Watch What Happens Live. Jersey Shore stars Dina and Sammy Sweetheart Giancola shared that the rudest celebrity they've ever interacted with was Ryan Reynolds. I bring this up because, he's in the news a lot because of his latest Deadpool. But they said that we love him. We loved his movies, truly did. I love his wife. And, and they said he was not that great to us. And it was really, they were very disappointed about it. They said that they went up to him and he did not want to be by us and he did not want to stand near them and he wanted nothing to do with them when they went over there. He said like just completely cold shoulder. It was just like.
You think he knew who they were? And he was like,
Probably.
they're a joke. Get away from me. I mean,
Maybe.
you think it was something like that. Like, I'm a big star. Well, I don't want to be involved in reality stars or something like that. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I think.
Or he was just being rude.
He could have just been rude, but I think that most people are familiar with Jersey Shore. Even if you like it or not, you've seen their faces before.
You've heard about it.
Yep.
I don't know about it being recognizable. The boys more I would recognize.
One of those girls, I didn't say her what they call her. I gave her real name. Snooki is one of those girls that was in there. You know who Snooki is.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Wow. She's probably, to me, the most recognizable
I agree.
one. And I hate to say, I can't think of his name. I'm drawing a blank
Situation?
on it. But, so, yeah.
Mike the Situation.
Yeah.
And then the
There's Pauly D.
The Pauly D, the DJ. The other two, the one kid always got into fights. I
don't
know his
know.
name. I mean, I don't know his name, but his face. And then the other kid was a Chippendale dancer. And
you know a lot. I do. I'm not. 877-927-6969. It is 12:45, which means it is time for our Friday giveaway. Yay! 877-927-6969 is the toll-free number you're going to call if you want to win a pair of tickets to see Megadeth with Mudvayne and All That Remains happening August 24th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. We are playing a new game, new to you, new to us. At least we've been doing it for a few weeks. And it is Florida Man Fridays. So just give you three Florida Man headlines. And you got to tell us which one is the fake one. Which one is the bogus headlines? So far, people have been pretty good at it, but it's more difficult than you think because there's a lot of crazy things that happen in Florida that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe those are real.
Yeah, you're right. People say it all the time.
Yes.
I have friends call me sometimes and they go, is this story real? I'm like, yep.
Yep, 100%. So it's as easy as that. I give you 3 headlines, and you got to tell me which one the fake one is. And if you get it correct, then you are on your way to go see Megadeth. That's happening next Saturday at I Think Financial Amphitheater.
That's right. So just pay attention. We're going to do this in a couple minutes. Jimmy is going to get everybody ready for the contest. Before you know it, it will be Greek Gridiron in a couple weeks. We'll announce where the 2 locations are going to be. Also, our giveaway this year is going to be the Hard Rock Casino. A beautiful place. You're going to get a few nights on us and ETA Jets and dinner at Council Oak.
Nice.
That's going to be great. And another beautiful golf cart. So, again, Greek Gridiron back for whatever year it is, 22nd, 23rd, who knows. But we're excited about it. And that's where on Fridays we hit the road. We're going to be in West Palm Beach, one location, I can tell you that. We're going to try to do all this announcement on Monday. And you play 7 games against me in the spread. And if you win, you get a gift card to New York Prime. $150 gift card to New York Prime. That's on us. And then, like I said, your name will go in a hat. And at the end of the season, you get a chance to get few nights at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. Beautiful hotel. Franny's been there many times. So have I. The Hard Rock is beautiful. And dinner at Council Oak. So that's all going to come your way. Compliments of ETA Jets with the prize and so much more. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready. We're starting today's contest with Lance. He got through first. Lance wants to go see Megadeth a week from tomorrow. Lance, welcome to the show. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Doing good, Lance. Are you a big fan of this group?
Yeah, absolutely. Me and my sons are big time. Absolutely, absolutely. How you doing, G?
I'm doing good. Doing good. All's full steam ahead and getting ready for football season and had a very interesting evening and I made it to work today, so it's all good.
Awesome, awesome. Great to hear, man. Looking forward, I'm sure, as millions and millions of others are for football season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. All right, listen to the smart girl, and she will give you a big question.
You're a smart girl. Let's make it a treat. Lance, all right, this is a new game. I'm going to give you, and hi, Lance, I'm going to give you 2 real Florida headlines and 1 fake one. You just got to let me know which one the bogus headline is, okay?
Wait, say that again. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So I'm going to give you 3 headlines. 2 are real Florida headlines. 1 is going to be a fake one. You just have to tell me which one the fake one is, and then you're going to get those tickets to Megadeth to take your sons, right?
Lance, you're pretty good at spotting the fake ones?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
All right. Well, then, good. This game's right up your alley then, buddy.
You got this, Lance.
Good luck,
all right.
pal.
All right. So, and I can repeat them, too. I have this one. And we'll go A, B, C, right? A, Florida man invents beer-powered car, arrested for driving it drunk. B, Florida man tries to rob GameStop while wearing transparent bag on his head. Or C, Florida man calls 911 to report himself driving drunk. A, B, or C?
All right. So I got to pick the fake one, obviously.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can you say the second one again?
Yeah, I'll repeat them all. A, Florida man invents beer-powered car, arrested for driving drunk. B, Florida man tries to rob GameStop while wearing transparent bag on his head. Or C, Florida man calls 911 to report himself driving drunk.
I got to go with A.
The Florida man invents beer-powered car, arrested for driving it drunk?
Yeah.
You are correct, Lance.
All right.
Nice job.
Lance, way to do it, baby.
All right. You know how to spot the fake
He
ones,
said
Lance.
he did. He said he could do it.
Great job. I was thinking B for some reason. And,
The transparent bag over the head, that guy's great, too. Yeah,
all right.
It's real. Real Florida man.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah.
Lance, great job, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for a couple of minutes. When we go to break, I'm going to get back on the line with you off air, and we'll get you set up. Okay, pal?
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too, Lance. Thanks for being loyal and listening over the years. Have a good time, you and your sons. Jimmy, thanks for your help. Franny, thanks for your help. Both you guys do a great job and can't thank you enough. 877-927-6969. Have you ever called off a marriage? And if you did, why? What were the reasons behind it? And was it late? Was it the day of? If you call it off in a decent amount of time, it sucks, but it's not as bad. Franny told us a couple of stories where gentlemen told it the day of. One guy walked up to the girl, put a letter on her A, and walked out. I thought the A meant something else, but that's what it was. But let us know about that.
And maybe if you get in an argument, I love that. This to me makes me laugh because when you're in the heat of an argument, you don't think about this kind of stuff. But listen, I'm just reporting what I read here, and you can take it and try it because this is science. It's a new study.
Okay.
If you are in an argument and you don't want it to escalate, this is what you're supposed to do. So, psychologists, like I said, this is science. University of St. Andrews in the UK have found that when couples have an argument, what you should do is pause for 5 seconds, and they say it will diffuse a situation. A study involving 81 couples finds that this brief pause is enough to keep lower-level conflicts from escalating into a big blow-up fight. It turns out 5 seconds is just as effective as taking about a 10 or 15-second break. They said it sounds obvious, but this is the first time anybody has experimentally demonstrated a reduction in aggression following enforced breaks. So they did this with a bunch of couples. They said it's simple, free, and effective hack to reduce negative emotions during arguments. Now, I am one that is easier said than done, right? I think sometimes, especially if you're stubborn, in the middle of an argument, that's the last thing you're thinking is taking, all right, both of us just breathe 5 seconds, and then we'll de-escalate this argument. I think when you are in the heat of it, I don't know if it's going to be something that you think of at the time, but they say it works.
It's probably not easy to do, but it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's definitely cheaper than couples therapy. Well, I mean, all you have to do is take 5 seconds of your life to de-escalate it.
Yeah, but is that going to solve the issue?
It's just so you can talk about it more and it won't turn up into a big old fight. Like, you don't want it to escalate. There's still probably a problem that needs to be fixed, right? And a conversation that needs to be had. But they're saying that what this does, it makes it so you're not in this huge blowout.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, two things. People say stuff they really don't mean, but they're angry, and then you can't take things back. But I also think that this could work in no matter what part of life, if you just take a step back. I had a problem earlier in the week with the casino, and I caught myself not getting mad, and because it got resolved, and I think me staying cool helped it. But if I did get mad, I might have still got resolved, but I don't think it would have been as good. And I think a lot of times if you take a step back and just say, let me take a deep breath and just think about this instead of reaction, we all do it. We get angry, we get pissed, whatever people do when they're driving, somebody cuts them off, you see it. But with a couple, you're with the person, you care about them, you say something, and sometimes you could say something that really hurts somebody and they can't forget it. So it's worth a shot. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely worth a shot. And if you're a couple that fights a lot, it's definitely worth a shot. Because if you're fighting with each other all the time, that's not good. And one time you're going to cross the line and say the wrong thing. So.
Well, I think at that point, then you're beyond the 5 second rule, right? I mean, obviously, in any given argument that you're in at the moment, a 5 second cool down, walk away, just kind of bite your lip for that moment, and it might help from extremely blowing up. And I think that's what the study is finding. Franny's talking about, and I agree with that. If you're fighting all the time, though, I think obviously
there's a problem.
There needs to be more addressed there than what a 5 second break can do for you. But it makes. I mean, it's pretty much makes sense.
Sure.
I mean,
and do you tell each other too?
Any type of a break, when you're in the middle of it. I think it can be even more. Well, you'd probably even want more than that. But the study is actually saying just 5 seconds alone is as equivalent to
as
even
effective
longer
as like 15 to 20
periods
seconds.
of time. And that does seem a little different.
So if you're arguing with somebody, do you tell them like, hey, 5 seconds? And you just go.
You're like, break. 1, 2,
and then you go right back at it.
Let's go back at it.
I hate you. I can't believe I married you. Oh, my God.
Ding.
Your family's a pain in the ass. And when am I going to walk the dog? Oh, my God. I love you. Wait 5 seconds.
But I'm kind of guessing that the idea is that it helps de-escalate the whole thing, right? And
that is the point.
Cooler heads are start to
prevail,
back.
right? That's what they say.
It's usually always about that. Franny, we got some Florida stories. What is coming up?
We do. We have a guy who basically busted himself on live stream. I'll let you know what he did. And he was already a convicted felon, so he couldn't have been doing what he was doing. Then a Ponzi scheme. Florida man accused of running a huge Ponzi scheme. I'll let you know about this guy, a scary situation after a couple left the Hard Rock in Tampa. And then finally here, we're going to Polk County.
Yeah!
I'll let you know why.
Grady.
It's got to do with weed. It's a weed story. I'll give you those details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Travel times on the expressways up to speed. No major delays on the Turnpike or 95. We do have major road work. Okeechobee Boulevard East. It's right before Sainsbury's Way. There's a right lane blocked. Make sure you slow down for pedestrians on the ride. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. Hurricane season is here again, and I urge everyone to stay vigilant. Pay close attention to local weather updates and ensure your hurricane kits are prepared with the essentials that you need, like water, food, and medications. Remember, your safety is our priority, but let's stay safe together.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no cravings. My knee pains went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Curl. Some pockets of showers onshore this morning, but most of them will push inland or fizzle out by the time we get to mid-afternoon. We could see a few more showers and storms pop up west of I-95 this afternoon and evening, but those showers will be few and far between. Highs this afternoon in the upper 80s.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio has your shot at $1,000 and a VIP trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword WIN to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Friday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Getting ready for the weekend. Don't forget the Dolphins are home tomorrow against Washington. Every day we get closer and closer to the season. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hey.
And don't forget, you can hear the Dolphins on 101.7. It is time for our last batch of Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, whoopsie. James Hilligart, a young 21 years old, shot himself in the leg while he was live streaming. Yes, this guy is a convicted felon, so possessing a firearm is a big no-no. So he was live streaming on social media when, accidentally shot himself in the leg.
Whoopsie.
These sheriffs responded to his house because, somebody ratted him out, I'm sure. Maybe there was a sheriff watching his live stream. Maybe he's that popular. They said that they went there, they found a sawed-off shotgun and a second shotgun buried in the backyard. I don't know if he tipped him off that it was there. Yep, they revealed that he not only was live streaming when he shot himself in the leg, but he had previously posted photos of himself with firearms and ammunition to his social media on several occasions.
Is that karma?
He is not, maybe. Not very bright, that guy. So yeah, they said sentencing date has not yet been set, but he could face a maximum of 15 years in federal prison because of this. Then next up in your, I say don't be dumb and post on social media. You know what? Be dumb. Well, it makes it easier for them to arrest you.
Make it nice and easy for the police.
Dumb. This guy, I don't know, not so dumb because he got a lot of money, eventually got busted, but Russell Todd Burkhalter, I believe I'm saying that right, allegedly had a $300 million real estate Ponzi scheme. And they said it has the potential to go down as a classic of the genre, they say. They said there was complaints that from 2020 through at least June of 2024, Dry Plan and Burkhalter, this guy, Todd, raised more than $300 million for purported real estate investments, telling investors their money would be used to fund land development projects. The defendants promised 10% interest every 3 months and encouraged investors to tap their savings, retirement accounts, and even open lines of credit to invest. In reality, the defendants did not have a business capable of generating the promised returns. All a bunch of phooey. They insisted, used investor funds to make Ponzi-like payments, according to the complaint. The complaint further alleges that Todd stole investors' funds to fund his luxurious lifestyle, including buying a $3.1 million yacht and spending $4.6 million on chartering private jets, luxury car services, $2 million on a luxury condo. Yeah, this guy, his company, Dry Planning, they said St. Petersburg, Florida, he encouraged more than 2,000 people to invest in these real estate acceleration loans.
2,000?
Yep.
Good at his game.
Made up these promissory notes. That's why I said maybe kind of smart, but now he got busted, which said, we're being used to fund property development up and down the United States of America. But eventually, some people caught on. They realized, hey, you're not showing us any proof of these real estate developments. I don't know where my money's going. And that's eventually what happens, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, he is in a very big trouble. His wife, thank goodness. He divorced his wife, I think, because he was just like, I don't need you anymore. I got all this money. But they said he divorced his wife last year, but may yet transfer to his spouse's property bought with the investor funds. I think he did give her money, so I don't know what's going to happen with her. But yeah, they say all kinds of stuff with this guy: clothing, jewelry, beauty treatments. I mean, they have it broken down how he spent all of this money.
He's going to jail.
Oh yeah. He is in jail. He just. Oh, sorry, I hurt. But next up in your...
If you're listening at home, that wasn't me.
That's in a couple days of stress on my shoulders. And then we have a couple that was ambushed after they won a $3,000 jackpot at the Tampa's Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. This is super unfortunate, and they want to let people know, just kind of pay attention to your surroundings, because this can happen to anybody. So they are recovering after they were ambushed and shot outside of their home. It happened earlier this month. They won that $3,000. Kim Chambly said that, it had been a while since her and her fiance, Val Dela Cruz, had a date night. They planned the evening. They were so excited about it. We felt safe, secure in the moment, enjoying each other's company. Aside from spending quality time together, they highlighted their date because they won $3,000. They cashed out.
Jackpot.
Yep, headed home to Riverview, had no idea that they were being followed. He said, we could have been more vigilant, but we didn't even think about it in the moment because we were having such a good time. Well, the door camera video captured the ambush at the couple's door. 2 men in masks approached them, demanding money. One firing multiple shots at Val, struck him both in both legs. And they were telling this news outlet that they're taking things one day at a time, trying to get through this and heal, not only physically, but mentally, I'm sure, right? Yeah. Luckily, the suspects, 2 of them, Marcus Jenkins and Tristan Wright, were arrested and facing several charges, including attempted murder. And then finally here, you can't do this. 3 people arrested, Polk County, because they were operating a mobile marijuana dispensary.
You can't do that?
Yeah, Sheriff.
What part of it's bad?
Yeah, they're helping the community.
So Sheriff Judd gave details on these arrests and the seizure of cannabis, which is, yep. Said, because I've seen these, and I've seen trucks at festivals I've worked at, but it's CBD. They're not doing THC medical marijuana. I don't know. They might have a secret password.
The password is.
Yeah, but they said
cannabis.
Hey, you never know. They said they've been using to illegally sell marijuana in multiple counties across Florida, and it says cannabis mobile dispensary smoke shop with pot leaves all over it.
They sell hoochie too.
The hoochie. They're not hiding what they're doing. But Jimmy Andriel and Bianca Andriel were arrested and faced several narcotics charges after deputies infiltrated the bus. And they're like, yeah, you definitely have that's a real weed. They found a sign on the inside of the bus also stating, no medical card, no problem. Use ours for $5.
Oh, wow. They're really convenient. They give you one for $5.
Way to make it easy.
Deputies clarified that the user of another person's medical marijuana card is illegal.
It is?
So they were initially tipped off.
I'll give you yours back later, Franny.
You stop it. They were. I don't know if they're gonna look at it and be like, oh, that's definitely the same person.
Has anybody ever asked you for your card, like license in life? Do you think anybody ever tries to do like fake, use somebody else's marijuana card?
I don't know.
It's a picture ID, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's like
so
it's
are
a license.
license.
It's a state license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They use the same picture from your license, actually.
Oh, is it?
You don't have to
Okay.
take. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a narc out there because deputies were initially tipped off by a concerned citizen who said the bus was selling marijuana illegally. Boo. Okay.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Yeah, narc. They said the bus did.
You're strong today. You thought that guy should have got run over by the car?
I did not say he should have been run over.
You said he
I
over.
said he shouldn't have been in the front of the vehicle. The bus did sell legal hemp, and that's typically what you can do and what I've seen. But they also sold illegal marijuana. They said the reality of it is marijuana is not healthy. It's dangerous. There's mountains of evidence to show that. Judd, I normally like you, Sheriff. The dispensary advertised online that they were the first recreational dispensary of cannabis, which he's just like, yeah, it's not legal. So at the outside, it looked like, oh, cool, just hemp. But when they went inside, they were doing the real deal. And the fact that they would get people on the bus and they have their signs and they're saying like, hey, you can use our medical card to buy.
We want to help
weed.
you.
Oh, jackpot.
I love that one.
And that is you with the Florida.
Great job. Great job.
Jimmy at realradio921.com is the email address. James wrote in, and we were simply talking a little bit earlier about John Madden.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we were basically saying that Nicolas Cage is going to play him in a documentary. But I asked the question of whether John Madden ever played in the NFL. Obviously, we know he had a very storied career as a coach, second winningest in all time. Guy Chamberlain, by the way, had the best percentage at 0.784. Madden was just under that at 759. But again, in the modern era, it was John Madden because Chamberlain is back in 22 to 27. So well before the modern day of the Super Bowl. But James had written in and said John did play one season in the NFL. So I did a little Wikipedia search. And James is sort of correct and sort of not correct. Madden was drafted in the 21st round, 244th overall, by the NFL's Philadelphia Eagles in 1958. And I'll go through. I'll skip through a bunch of this mumbo jumbo because basically what ended up happening is he got hurt before he ever played.
Okay.
So he never did actually play, but technically he was drafted, so he was in the NFL for that season. So, James, you are 0.9% right. How's that? but you're right. Technically, he did play.
He got drafted.
Yeah, he did.
Unbelievable career that he had. Like I said, and I think at the time he was the youngest coach ever, and then I think it was replaced by Don Shula when the Colts hired Don Shula in the 60s. After that, I think Shula was Madden was first, and I think Shula was next. Two icons in coaching. Obviously, Shula went on to have a fantastic career and have the most wins ever in the NFL history. And Belichick is behind him. Whether or not Belichick will even come back and ever try to attempt that, we don't know. He's going to be on TV this year. A lot of Belichick you're going to see. He's going to be on Inside the NFL. He's going to be on the Mannings every week. And he's also going to be on another NFL show, too, to give his opinion and his thoughts about what's going on in the NFL and his insight, because he's got a lot of it, no doubt about it. And you got Saban, too. He's going to be on College Game Day every week. That'll be interesting to see what he has to say, and especially about his team. You know what I mean? Like, what is he going to say about the Tide if they, start losing or something like that? But we'll see. Alabama was ranked the lowest it's ever been, ever since Saban, fifth to come in the top 25. Jimmy, is it time for the last Greek Misspeak?
Sure is. It is 1:15 the hour and 1 o'clock here, so it is time to play this week's Greek Misspeak in Review, number 234.
This is your Greek Misspeak
It is this week, so cash is king. We got to pay the donuts.
But how much is this going to cost us?
877-927-6969. If you've ever partaken in this,
is that something that should be encouraged?
Don't forget, at 1:35, I give out recipes and directions on WWGD.
It's a common mistake.
Not the first one I've made today.
Houston and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -1, excuse me. So Houston's getting 1.5.
And I'm telling you, something is off.
Prenups always get people sideways.
I beg to differ.
And it is a trendy sport. Teams will lose and win.
Fergus, come on, let's go home, boy.
So preseason football kicks off last week, and a new rule we never found out, that it's 55 minutes a game has to go.
What'd you do when they found out?
They never did.
Florida State, Texas A&M, Georgia, and LSU. Last 4 games. If that's not a juggernaut, I don't know what is.
What are you doing over there?
Nothing. I was just trying to play hard, like Pete Rose.
Just like Pete Rose.
Birds!
Ah!
Pete Rose.
Franny, what's going on in September 20th and 21st at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas?
That would be our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
You want to go to it?
I want to go to it. I can't, though.
Text the keyword WIN, W-I-N, to 200-200, and you'll be in the running for that trip to Las Vegas. By the way, that trip is going to include round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay for the 20th and the 21st, ground transportation to and from the airport, and 2 tickets to both nights of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards that's going on out there this year. You're going to see acts like Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Halsey's going to be there, Hozier, Keith Urban, just a couple of the acts that's going to be there. It's going to be another great music awards out there this year.
Festival,
in Las Vegas. And, it's going to be a great time out there. So text WIN to 200-200, and maybe you'll win.
Before you know it, it will be football season, and it also will be Saturday Night Live coming back for its 50th season. That is amazing. That's going to be on 9/28. That's going to be their first show, and it's 50 years of Saturday Night Live. I don't think they've said, maybe you guys know, who is going to be the host for that one on the 28th.
The first one?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't think it's been released yet. I could be mistaken, but I know it is 9/28, Saturday Night Live, 50 years. That is amazing. Good trivia question would be, who was on the first Saturday Night Live and who hosted? If you know that, let us know without looking it up.
They got a movie that's coming out about that first episode.
Yeah. I was just going to say that they are doing a movie about that. So, Saturday Night Live, 50 years. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. There was strong rumors that Michaels was going to retire. Now he says no. He says he's going to stay on for a few more years. So there was speculation. Did you find it, Jim?
No, there's nothing there. So I'm guessing you guys are probably right there. It hasn't been announced yet.
I wonder who they would get for the 50th. And, man, I can't believe it's on 50 years.
Some of the classics, Bill Murray.
Yeah, you never know.
Eddie Murphy.
Murphy'd be great, yeah. He did one last year or the year before?
I don't know. What if I'm thinking of what's hot now, right?
Yeah. I was
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Ryan Reynolds. Yep. He's hot right now.
Hugh Jackman.
Sure.
Hugh Jackman. I mean, he's hosted a few times.
Maybe the two of them together.
Maybe.
And they could actually probably play a whole spin on that too.
I think Deadpool because we were in talks about it, but it wasn't 100%. But I believe they are now officially the highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
Wow. Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Wow. Of all time.
Of all time.
How about J-Lo? How about her? She comes out, does a segment on marriage.
J-Lo and Ben. Yeah.
J-Lo and Ben.
Yeah. Have them
Tune in for that.
Brady and Giselle. I mean, that'd be a huge one, man.
The divorce on air.
Oh, my God. People would watch it. They definitely would check it out. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us on Real Radio. 921.com.
Well, speaking of Ben and J-Lo breaking up, I have some more should I dump them scenarios if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's always fun, right? We got a couple minutes here. We love playing these. So these are quick scenarios, just a quick one. I'll give you a couple lines here, and then it'll end with would you end the relationship? Just give your gut quick reaction. You can play along with us there at home, or you can also text into us 47142 if you want to reply to any of them specifically, like this one. Your partner frequently checks out others in public, and it makes you feel uncomfortable and disrespected. Would you end the relationship?
Yeah, disrespectful.
That's the key to it right there, huh?
Yeah.
Agree, right? Agree. Yeah.
It's not right.
If if it's one thing, check out a little bit, but if you're doing it constantly, disrespectfully and uncomfortable, it makes sense. Your partner doesn't believe in celebrating holidays like Christmas or Valentine's Day. Would you end the relationship?
No, I think we had one similar to this.
It was like birthdays,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it was similar. It was.
I'm not ending because of it. I'll just do my own celebrations.
Sure.
If everything else is great,
Just don't do it out in Polk County. Your partner has a secret.
What about you, G-Man?
I'd be happy. Save a ton of money. I'd be like, great. You don't want to do Christmas, birthdays? I'll buy more stuff for myself. Peace. It is what it is.
Your partner has a secret stash of money that they don't want to share with you, even though you're living together. Would you end the relationship?
There's definitely a conversation had, but it's their money. But I'd be like, why secret?
By the way,
I guess it's not so much
very
a secret.
is it?
It's not much of a secret now.
You got that
Yeah.
too, huh?
Yeah, I'm not ending it. It's not my money.
No.
It's none of my business. That's
Yeah.
their money.
All right, fair enough.
I think it's more common than you think.
Yep, I'm with both of you. Your partner has a habit of disappearing for hours without telling you where they are or who they're with. Would you end the relationship?
It's going to be words.
We're going to move some furniture.
It's going to be words.
We're moving some furniture, as Nick would say. Yeah, that's not a good thing. They leave in the morning like 8 o'clock. They come back at 11:30. How was your day?
Yeah.
I was out.
Here's one that's going to be pretty sticky. All right, so how about this one? Your partner doesn't get along with your best friend and refuses to spend time with them. Would you end the relationship?
No. I've had it happen, and it sucks because obviously you want everybody to get along together, but you just don't share time with them. Like, I have my time with my best friend, and then, of course, I'm not going to break up because of it.
That's a tough one. What do you think, Greek?
No way. He's not banging her. I am.
All right. Your partner is very jealous and constantly accuses you of cheating, even though you've never given them a reason to doubt you.
I'm out.
Would you end the relationship? Franny is out.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. I mean, if I'm not cheating, you're going to give me slack. If I was cheating, then I want to slack.
Yeah, I'd have a problem with that too.
Yeah, come on. I'd be like, come on.
Get hounded all the time, and just being with somebody who's that insecure is just not attractive.
How about this one?
And I hate questions.
We've been talking about this one for a little bit now in different situations. Your partner doesn't believe in tipping at restaurants and insists on never tipping.
Nope.
Even when service is good. Would you end the relationship?
I don't even know if I would start a relationship after the first date saying that.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Greek?
I don't know if I would end it. Ending is big. I mean, because you're like you've tried to tell us about these are black and white. You know what I mean? Like you can't go either way. I don't know if I would end it. I wouldn't be happy.
I wouldn't end it either, but if that was the only thing, if that was the only issue,
that's the way you're
right?
you know.
So if this is the only issue, no, I wouldn't end it, but I'd probably go back inside and give a little bit of a tip.
Yeah,
right?
I'd
and do
like,
it on my own. Right?
Yeah, she's a little tight with the buck. But she is a good blank.
Your partner refuses to acknowledge or apologize when they're wrong, insisting that they're always right. Would you end the relationship?
That's too much.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Because they're not always right.
Nobody is.
Exactly. Yep. Let's see. Your partner has a habit of making important decisions without consulting you first, such as making a large purchase or planning trips. Would you end the relationship?
Can you repeat that one again?
Your partner has a habit of making important decisions without consulting you first, such as making large purchases or planning trips.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, yeah, cool, surprise trip, awesome. But I think that in a relationship, you should both be involved.
Yep.
Important decisions. I
Yes.
think that's the key, couple of key words there in that scenario.
I'm moving to Vegas.
I'm with both of you. Your partner expects you to do all of the housework, saying that that's just the way they were raised. Would you end the relationship?
Hell no. Yeah, I don't care how you're raised. This is you're in a relationship.
Yeah,
things
50-50.
are different. Yeah,
It's never 50-50 in anything, but it's got to be, shouldn't be any chores. Whatever you can do, you do, you help out. You're a team. You're supposed to be a team anyway.
Yep.
If you're not a team, you're not on my team, I don't need you. Screw.
I think if something like that was the case, it would be indicative of other things as well. So,
yeah, you're right.
Yep, I'm with both of you on that one. Your partner never wants to spend time with your family and always makes excuses to avoid family gatherings. Would you end the relationship?
I don't like it. My family's very important to me.
Yeah, that would be a tough one. But all right.
What about you, G-Man?
I wouldn't break up. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't break up. I mean, again, these are like black and white. This is it. This is the reason why. You don't want to come to my family? All right. Don't come around. I'm not coming around yours either, though. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
But why tit for tat if you liked their family?
Because that would be like, you're not going to respect me and my family. I'm not going to respect yours. I don't need your family. Who cares?
Okay.
There you go. All right, how about this one? We know where Greek's going, and I can't wait to hear this answer. Your partner doesn't respect your personal space and constantly goes through your phone, email, and personal belongings. Would you end the relationship? I'm surprised I even got done with that sentence. Get out, bitch.
Hit the road, Jack. I don't need a cop in my life.
I would certainly address it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I do believe that there should be some amount of personal space. What do you think, Franny?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not like as deep as Greek is about. I don't like questions or anything like that. But there definitely needs to be a conversation had. If they continue on, then I'm out.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I think the fact that they feel that they have to go through your stuff. I mean, if you got a question, ask me. I'll answer you honestly. So, and that's where, and we'll leave it at there because we're ready for a break.
Thank you, Jimmy. These are scenarios that we just had. If you have any, always let us know. You can call us, text us, or give Jimmy an email. Different scenarios that go on. Would you stay or would you leave?
Oh, here's an easy one. Sorry, we'll finish with this one. Your partner constantly compares you to their ex, saying things like, they used to do this better.
Oh,
would you end a relationship?
Did you even have to bring that one up? That's a given.
Ask?
Yeah, that is a given.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to him then. It is the Penthouse in a few minutes. We'll be back with a trifecta. And I have a scenario one of my buddies just went through. We'll bring that up and so much more. And another round of things to do this weekend. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Channel3000.com, which probably
sounds fake as hell, doesn't it?
Probably more of a local thing over there.
Tune into Channel 3000.
I've never had a cable box go that high. Channel 3000.
That would be a real son of a bitch. You're like, oh, God, channel up, channel up.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Friday commute up to speed along our Palm Beach expressways. No major incidents on the Turnpike or 95. We do have road work Okeechobee Boulevard West before Haverhill Road. Look out for a right lane block. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter. You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol? Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
I'm John Morgan. When people stop me to ask, what's my case worth, here's what I tell them. All law firms are not the same at all. You see, the most important part of anyone's injury case is the firm you hire. The insurance company knows exactly which firms fight for full value and which firms will settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Our firm has recovered billions and billions and billions. $3 billion last year alone. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in
in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hello, I'm Laurel Diaz. I'm running for sheriff of Palm Beach County. We're living in a very dangerous time right now. We have active shooters and terrorist attacks all across our nation. It is important that you have a sheriff that will protect you and your family to the best of his ability. I have a master's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management, and I've commanded the toughest divisions of Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and abroad. Do not trust the safety of your family to a social worker. Vote Diaz for Sheriff August 20th. This is a paid political effort. Laurel Diaz for Sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance. So when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yep.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Get ready to cool down this summer with the ultimate treat. This delectable dessert is too thick for a straw, but just right for a fry. Is it a milkshake? Is it ice cream? Neither. It's a Frosty. Come taste your favorite small Frosty flavor for just $1. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Curl. Some pockets of showers onshore this morning, but most of them will push inland or fizzle out by the time we get to mid-afternoon. We could see a few more showers and storms pop up west of I-95 this afternoon and evening, but those showers will be few and far between. Highs this afternoon in the upper 80s.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend, all commercial free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
I just want to take a second and talk about this What the Florida story from this Tampa robbery. Gee, now listen up here, all right? So they both got shot, the guy and the wife. But if you watch the doorbell video, only the guy is outside with the two robbers. His wife shut the door on him. No loyalty. When stuff hits the fan, you never know what's gonna happen, but she shut the door on him. Oh my gosh.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
All right, Jeremy, I'm going to have to check out the video because you said that, because that doesn't sound good. It sounds a little like Titanic.
I mean, no loyalty, I get it, but I think the initial reaction when you're getting shot at is to go somewhere safe.
But she got shot too, right?
I heard he just got shot. I don't know. Jeremy may know better, but what I read is he got shot in both legs. I know that they were shooting, but I don't know if she got struck. From what I read, the article, it didn't mention anything about her, but it did about him.
When he mentioned that, did you see it in the video where she's inside?
She does go, yes.
Maybe she went to call 911.
That too, and try not to get shot. I understand loyalty. I probably would be, but you never know, right? That whole fight or flight. You don't know what's going to happen. She did the flight aspect of it.
Well, we don't know. He could have maybe yelled to her, "Get inside."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Go get safe. Call the police.
Yeah,
we don't know. Seriously. So we don't want to say anything about her yet.
Maybe he pushed her inside.
Yeah, you don't know. I didn't see the video. Did you see it, Jim?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Jeremy, we're not disputing what you're saying. We just want to investigate a little bit further.
Yes, we got to do some investigative reporting, and then we'll report.
Yeah, then we'll decide whether the person's a scumbity or not. But thank you anyway. Always appreciate you joining the show and your input. You're a star. Jimmy, good afternoon.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Hello, Miss Francis.
Hello, Greek.
Last time for some Florida stories.
No.
It's trifecta. That's up for me.
I'm so confused.
All right, John Madden. They're making a movie about him, and Nicolas Cage is going to be John Madden. Still can't see it in my mind. There's a couple of people I could think of that could possibly do it. I could see somebody like Mark Wahlberg doing it, possibly. I don't know, maybe Matt Damon. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't see Nicolas Cage. But that's who's going to do it. I hope it's a good movie about John Madden and his life. He had every interesting life and did it all. It was very successful in everything he touched, too. So they'll be working on that. That'll probably hit the theaters in about, I would guess, a year, or you could stream it either way. WNBA is back. Caitlin Clark plays tonight, but I don't know if a lot of people care. But the WNBA is back. Preseason football last night, the Eagles won. Thank you, Eagles. That goes out to my good friend, Alan Waxman, who is the biggest Eagle fan I know. Alan, if you're listening, loved the Eagles last night. Today, not so much, but I loved them last night. Oh, there's our GM doing some work. Great job. And, of course, you got Judge, who is the MVP candidate. Him and Ohtani look like they're a shoo-in. You can parlay both at M. And before you know it, college football will be here, and we are at the home of the Gators on the 31st. The Gators will be taking on the Canes, Canes. And that game will start 3:30 and 12:30 pregame. And that is your last trifecta of the day. Fanud.
Jimmy, take a phone call?
Yes.
We got our buddy Evan checking in with us. Hey, Evan, what's going on, bud?
Hey, everyone.
Evan, what's up, buddy?
Greek, I want to talk a little bit about Pete Rose.
Yeah, do it.
I was watching an interview with him, and a guy was asking about his total hits. He goes, can you name, because Pete has 4,400 or something like that, total hits. And he goes, can you name the other 9 out of the top 10? And he did. He rattled off. He said, Ty, Hank Aaron. And you know who number 6 is? This really surprised me. I knew he had a lot of hits, but I had no idea that he was number 6 on all-time hit list. Do you know who that is?
Frank Robinson?
No, somebody you and I really like.
Mattingly?
DJ.
DJ? Who's that?
Jeter.
Oh, Jeter, really? Because he had over 3,000.
He has 3,400. But I had I didn't realize that was number 6 in all time.
Jeter's 6 all time?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't realize it. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, surprised me too. Yeah, surprised me big time.
And what about Pete? What are the other questions?
Oh, well, the question was, he was asked, what's your greatest accomplishment? And Pete goes, what I tell kids all the time, winning. That you win at all costs. Just win the game. And he says his greatest accomplishment was his total lifetime wins on the 2 teams that he was on was 1,972. And he said, think about this. A guy would have to play 19 years on teams that win over 100 games for 19. He goes, I don't think that's going to happen in these days.
I mean, Rose was great. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Pete Rose, one of the best athletes and baseball players for years. It was the gambling thing that hurt him, obviously, and his way he handled things. His attitude sucked. I mean, he probably was one of those guys who didn't listen. Drew Martin, who might be calling the Greek Zone today, my good friend, lived in a building. And he said that, there was days Pete was super cool and days Pete was really, really brutal. And, I mean, again, he's got an ego. We all do. I can't imagine being Pete Rose, but I think if he handled things differently, he would be in the Hall of Fame, without a doubt. Because our country loves to knock you down but put you back up. But Pete was very arrogant and was like, screw it, I'm going to do it my way.
And, well, that takes a lot on, to be that constant, just all you do. It's like Kobe. They said Kobe was actually a jerk, when he was playing. Because he was mad at his teammates all the time because he was out there practicing all the time playing, and these guys would be out partying and all that stuff, and he always would yell at his players and say, listen, man, and a lot of people didn't like him, in that way.
Well, yeah, but it's 2 different scenarios. You're talking 2 different. Jordan was the same way, but when these guys played, we're talking about Pete after he got caught gambling and the way his demeanor was, where I didn't do it, I didn't do anything wrong, and then, saying years later. There's 2 different levels there. I mean, you're talking about guys who are playing. Yeah, Kobe's thing was if you didn't practice, you didn't get the ball in the games. But 2 different guys, 2 different scenarios. Jordan, too, in The Last Dance, he said, I wasn't the greatest guy. His teammates said it, but he won. But with Pete Rose, it's more of the integrity of the game and him betting and his style. 2 different things to me.
I was always been a Pete Rose fan. The only time I didn't like him was in 1976.
When they beat the Yanks.
And you know why?
Yep.
They beat the Yanks. They slaughtered the Yanks in that series.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Game 5, and they swept them in 4. I did have the pleasure about 2 months ago to sit down with Johnny Bench. I got to tell you, great guy. Yeah, very, very nice guy. And only because I saw an interview with him, and it was in a social setting, I wouldn't do it anyway, but I did not bring up Pete Rose, because if I bring up Pete Rose, he gets a little upset.
Yeah, he doesn't want Pete to be in the Hall of Fame.
No, he said he broke a rule. Pretty simple.
Yep.
That's it.
Straight up.
He says it all the time.
All right.
Thanks, Evan.
I'll be listening.
Okay, buddy.
Talk to you tomorrow on the locker room.
You got it, buddy. Always appreciate it. Thank you.
We have Jim on the line. Jim's calling into the Penthouse. Jim, what's going on, bud?
Hey, happy Friday, guys. How you doing?
Doing good, Jim. What's up, buddy?
So, speaking about Pete Rose, I used to work at Pete Rose Ballpark Cafe, the one in Boynton Beach.
Okay.
And Pete Rose used to come in all the time with, like, a group of people. And I remember they used to always make me wait on him because he was kind of a jerk when he came in. And he never tipped.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, especially at your establishment, too, with your name on there that you didn't tip anything.
Did he
That
get
sucks.
a check or no check?
What's that?
Did he get a check every time or no check?
What do you mean, a check?
Like, would he get a tab
Would he
or
get a
anything?
tab?
Like
Would
at
he
the
get a
end,
check?
Since it's his place, like, would you guys even charge him?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, a lot of these places, too, you got to remember, like, I've worked at places where people's name are on it, but they don't own the place. They just rent their name.
Sure.
Okay. It's just, yeah, so it's not like it was his place. It was just they used his name. But, yeah, every time he came in, people were like, no, Jim, you're going to take his table because I would be able to handle him because he was kind of a jerk. And then the worst thing was his brother used to come in all the time and sit at the bar and get drunk and then would yell. Him and his wife would always end up, like, fighting with each other almost every night.
That's not good. Not good.
Yeah. So, no. But then you guys were talking about the person getting shot. I guess they had won some money and somebody followed them.
Yeah.
When I was in Peru, I was in a casino probably till almost like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I won $3,500. And at that point, I was like really the only one that was winning. So I got a lot of people that were around me, and then an older couple that came over and just sat down and talked to me, and they were super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was drinking so much because over there the alcohol is free, food is free. So I said, listen, I gotta find my way home because I don't even know how to get home from here. And they go, no, we'll take you. So of course, I'm like, all right, go ahead.
It's nice of them.
Yeah. So they take me home. The driveway, my wife opens up the window. She said, who is that? And I said, I don't know. I was talking to them. You know, they're nice people. She goes, Jim, they knew that you won $3,500. They could have like killed you at any point. But it's just like you don't think about it. You know, your adrenaline's going.
You're banged up.
You're a little drunk.
Yeah. So they turned out to be nice people.
Yeah, they had said that they knew her previous boss. So I think that's how we kind of got talking. But they were sat next to me the whole time and just watched me play.
That's nice, though.
And then when I was getting ready to go, they're like, yeah, we'll take you home. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
Great idea. Thank you.
You are lucky.
Yeah.
You are
very.
that it turned out that way.
Yeah, because you're going to end up on the side of the road.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. But anyhow, those are my two stories. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I got to work all weekend.
All right, brother. Thanks for listening. We always appreciate it. And thanks for your input. Always appreciate that, too. And listening to Real Radio. Thank you.
You got it. Have a good one.
Bye, Jim.
You do. Peace. Do we have time for a last edition of Things to Do this weekend?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Get into it. Let's do it. All right.
Do it.
Go and boom.
Somebody did text something, right? Let me find it. So I make sure I put it into Leos. I apologize. Right? Didn't somebody say something? I have the list, but I wanted to make sure that I added this to it.
There's a beaver tournament in Del Rey.
No, that wasn't it.
Gonna be chucking some wood there, huh?
Yeah, roller coasters. Oh, here we go. There you go. I wanted to make sure I put this out there. Let me copy this. Copy and paste, and I'll add it to my list. Because I always say, if you got anything, let me know. 47142. I have a text line right in front of me, and I will add this one for Saturday's festivities. So today, not a whole lot going on. A couple comedians. If you are a fan of D.L. Hughley, he's going to be at Miami Improv through Sunday. Ari Spears is going to be at the Dania Improv through Sunday. Then we're going to move to Saturday because we got a lot of goodness going on, including our very own Miami Dolphins playing the Washington Commanders at the Hard Rock Stadium. Oof. Mrs. Roper's Romp, a bunch of women dressed like Mrs. Roper, drinking some alcohol,
I can do that.
Good time.
Let's go for a romp.
I can pull that off.
Starts at 5 o'clock at the American German Club, Lake Worth Beach. Speaking of, German Fest at the American German Club of the Palm Beaches for just $30, all in. Includes all you can drink, German beer, domestic wine, soft drinks, Plus, an awesome show, they say, by Private Stock. Food trucks are going to be at the event, too. That is from 5 to 10. Spread the dub at Sushi Joe.
Spread the what?
You heard it. Spread the dub.
Dub. Oh,
dub. Great band. Sushi Joe, West Palm Beach. Oh, I forgot. My buddy Rob is playing tonight, too, at 5 o'clock. Pirates Well, that is Lake Park. Great food for, like, it's like a I don't know, sports bar, kind of like, I don't know what you call Pirates Well, but I really enjoy their food, and Rob is fantastic. So make sure you go out there today, 5 o'clock, Lake Park. And then Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire, I think Financial Amphitheater, West Palm Beach. That is 7:30 tomorrow. Then this is when we got through the texts. There is a benefit for a local guy who suffered a serious health setback. He's completely unable to work. Medical bills, general bills piling up. The benefit will be from 1 to 5. It is at the Crazy Horse Saloon right there, North Lake, Publix Plaza, just west of 95. There's going to be a raffle for a bunch of cool prizes, they say. So come on out and help his buddy who really needs it. Then we have the Treasure Coast Park and Watch Family Movie Night, Incredibles 2, 8:30 p.m. at the Causeway Cove Marina. That's Hutchinson Island in Fort Pierce. If you like Tom Petty, this is a national touring tribute act. The Petty Hearts are going to be playing Abacoa Amphitheater over there in Jupiter. Free concert from 7 to 10. Maren Morris, if you love her music, Hard Rock Live. Then there is a charity poker tournament benefiting the Walk to End Alzheimer's at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Sunday, 11:30 to 5 p.m. We have the Green Market, Burns Road, Palm Beach Gardens, going on from 9 to 1 p.m. And then Sunday at the Waterfront, West Palm Beach, pop rock band called Quick Fix is going to perform at the Meyer Amphitheater. It's a free concert, and the event begins at 4 p.m. So there you go.
Thank you, Francis. Great job, as always. Thanks for all your help. Jimmy, good job, buddy. Way to nail it. Thanks for all your help all during the week. Great job.
Thank you, Greek. Thank you, Francis. And thank you for listening.
Franny, good job. Like I said, thank you with the text line and the blog and everything you do. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And thank you for all your efforts for iHeartMedia.
Thank you, guys. It was fun. Friday show. Have a fantastic weekend. Jimmy, of course, at you, G-Man. And you out there. Have a great weekend.
Birds! Yeah! You guys have a good weekend. Greek Zone is next. We'll be talking to Rob Vino. Who's Rob Vino?
Rob Vino. Who's Rob Vino? Anybody know?
Anybody? And our buddy Drew Martin will be calling us too. We'll get into the Major League Baseball card tonight. Also, we'll talk some preseason football and some college. And WNBA's back too. Would you bet on that? If I had a winner, I would bet on it. We'll be back. Peace.